Come on, everyone sit down and listen so that you can procrastinate along with me. You know I'm supposed to be working, but instead I'm watching PC.
You know what would actually be
let's
fun to
fucking
do?
make this the mean cast. Let's get mean this episode.
No, I know.
Let's
Come
bully
on,
Mage.
guys.
Let's bully.
You know,
okay.
though-
Oh, Munchie, you better. What are you fucking dissenting? You want to be the next bullied? You want to be bullied?
Oh, yeah,
we
really
can't
can't handle
the
this
You
week
want
too
to? You
much.
want to be on the end of my wrath?
You're wrong.
I'm fucking wroth, Munchie. I am fucking wroth, and you're gonna know about it.
There's that movie Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Remember at the end how Brad Pitt became Wrath? That was pretty cool. That's Ben.
Oh yeah.
That's Ben.
Yeah.
Munchie killed his wife and put his wife's head in a box.
I became wrath by being wroth. I really love the word wroth, by the way.
Is it different from Wrath? Is it
Yeah,
just a
it's like
pronunciation?
it's like the adjective. It's if
Oh, yeah,
if you
okay.
have
Okay.
wrath, then
I always
you are wroth.
had an issue with the end of that movie, but I'll save it for
Yeah.
the podcast.
Okay, let's get into it.
Here we go. This is the 7 casts.
Oh, I'm interested. I just watched that the other day. It's a great movie.
Really?
Ben,
God damn it! Now we're waiting for Mage to get her shit together.
This is why.
Hour.
This is why penalty. Bam.
Okay. Oh, God. But Munchie opened the floodgates by informing her that we hadn't started yet. This is why I was opposed to saying I think the penalty should have been we just don't inform her that we're all here.
She's not even gonna say anything. She's gonna be a typical Mage,
Yeah.
typical
I mean,
Tom.
that's-
she's gonna get in here.
That's
and
why we shouldn't have said
She's
anything.
gonna get in.
Damn it.
Well, we should just penalize people that don't talk.
That's
Okay, that opens the floodgates.
But
to
I
some
mean, what
complicated
is the
stuff.
line between not talking enough and where's the line drawn there?
We
Okay,
just
okay, you know
gotta
what?
feel
There's
it
the
out.
thing.
We just gotta feel it out.
Look, okay, here's the thing that I'll have. Like, if someone's there and they're present and they're engaged, but they happen to be someone who doesn't talk that much, like Hippo sometimes is,
Mage
then I think
literally
it's unfair
sits
to penalize.
and draws during the podcast.
Okay, see, the thing like drawing, or I think on occasion like Tom has like been programming, well, that right there is not a full commitment to being on the
that's
episode.
not cool. I don't think that's cool.
I don't
agree.
want to pick on the guy, God rest his soul, because of current complications. But there's been numerous times where Tom has said literally nothing on a podcast.
Well, but again, if he's there and he just
And,
doesn't
like,
have
been playing
anything
the
to
Switch.
say,
Just showing up to siphon off some PC
well,
pennies.
okay, frankly, I think the quote unquote fault
Not
there,
every
I
time.
can't blame
Not
him.
every time, but there's been a
Of course
few
not.
times.
Of course not. I can't. Like, some of us talk more than others, obviously, but I can't
Sure.
blame someone. What it really comes down to is
Hippo's
like,
fully
we
engaged.
need to decide: is this a friendship cast or is this a produce the best podcast possible cast? Because there's a difference there.
Well,
And,
I don't know.
Actually,
that
I
there is
don't
a
think
difference.
so. I don't think
think
so
that
at
makes
all,
a difference.
actually.
Look, we all if
I
we
mean,
just
I think
for
there's
example
a balance there. I
well,
mean, it can be a clusterfuck, but
sure.
obviously we all want it to be good.
Yes, I mean, that's totally true. But if Mage, let's just say, for example, introduced herself at the beginning, and then just, for example, literally said nothing the whole episode, and at the end said, "Look what I draw," while you guys were doing the podcast, essentially, it'd be like, well, how is that fair? That this is an equal share of the work, because it's clearly not.
Okay, I don't disagree there. I just wouldn't use the same language.
I mean, it's
Solution-
never been to that extent.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So it's a bit of a dare
about
I
a degree. It's a bit of a
call
straw
that a
man.
straw man
But
argument?
if
and I
we
agree,
started
I agree.
if we started docking pay for people who aren't talking enough, that would encourage more of a clusterfuck to interrupt and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know about all that.
I mean,
business.
well, I think people should be interrupting each other. It's fine. It's fine for people to
interrupting
interrupt each
is-
other.
Well,
It's
it's
fine.
fine in
no,
moderation.
interrupting is
To
I
an
don't know, interrupting
extent.
sucks.
Yeah, to an extent.
It's bad for the podcast. No, we haven't.
Hey, Mage,
started
we have
yet.
not
Well,
started
actually, we are
yet.
technically recording, and I encourage you to start doing so as well. But we
I
have
am
not
recording.
actually started. Okay, sick. So here's a thought. What we could do is just take this audio and just make it like a secret link on the thing. It's like the secret precast cast or something. But that would require extra work.
Maybe.
So
Hold on.
I don't have any reservations. I have no reservations. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
okay.
Me neither.
Have a little.
Well, I guess we're all here now. We can sync at this point and then start.
Well, okay. Should we talk about what we were talking about before? I'm just gonna.
I mean, I don't think we have much to say. Mage, we are currently riffing and raffing on the subject of how, first of all, is it fair to dock someone's pay if the episode has not yet begun, but, they show up before the recording starts, but they're late past the 10-minute thing? Ben was arguing
okay. You
for
know what?
this.
I've actually revised my position because I think in the past we've said that technically there's a I think technically they qualify for a penalty, but I think in the past we've said, okay, we didn't actually start yet, so it doesn't matter.
I basically agree with that.
I
personally.
absolutely agree.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The
I've changed my mind.
The reason to have a penalty is so that like you did not contribute as much as the others. It's like
That's how I think about it.
as
as
much
much
work.
yeah. And I mean, the greatest penalty of all, I think, should be if the others are organized and they start the episode on time, then you just don't get to join. Or if you do, you're late. And you get a penalty.
I think that it's worth letting people join late as long as they know what they're doing.
I agree.
I actually kind of like when people join late. I just think, if you weren't there when you were supposed to be and you join late, you shouldn't get the full PC
agreed.
penny load for it. Seems only
Agreed.
fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
and
already
on the
for it.
larger subject of divvying up pay based on contributions, that's a whole can of worms.
That is a whole can of worms.
Yeah, so I'm not even prepared to get into that in a serious way here. Although, Mage, do you feel that sometime, I'm curious what your opinion would be on this. There have been occasions where you generally don't talk as much as other people on the podcast
You and Tom are
and then at the
are the
end, you
offenders.
in particular have done this, where you just, hey guys, look at the picture I drew, which kind of implies as opposed to being engaged in the podcast. Now, I don't find this hugely offensive or anything, but it's like, it shows a distraction and a deprioritization of, contributing to the show.
No, that's
what are
not
your
how
thoughts on that?
That's not how I do it. I
No?
usually draw things to keep myself focused. And I do listen to what you guys say. It's just sometimes I don't have anything to say, or it's hard to interject, especially when you guys are
There is
very
a lot. There is a lot as I noticed this editing. There is a lot of Mage trying to interject and getting cut off and
Okay,
talk.
that's
that's
fair.
fair.
Okay, I got two things to say about that. One, I don't think the fact that you're drawing is necessarily a problem as long as you're engaged.
Yeah.
Two, Mage, you do try to interject. I've seen this criticism in the comments, and I'm gonna echo it. Instead of trying to interject with hey, I have something to say, just interject with the thing you have to say.
then it won't be heard though.
Yes,
If you do it loud enough.
Just keep doing it. Don't fucking take no for an answer.
I mean, I'd have to agree that would be better, but, I get it. I get it.
This is a sort of like social Darwinism, but I will say
That's true.
it's
It
absolutely terrible when you're like speaking and then someone like interrupts you and then like the conversation is just completely unsalvageable and then
Yeah,
like
But we've all got to deal with it.
it is like a Darwin. It's like that.
Well,
It happens.
because
It happens to everyone.
when you're
I mean,
talking and someone else is talking, and
if
you know
everyone
that
got
one of you has
shot.
to give up and stop talking, and it's like a battle of wills for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah. You ever? I think once in a while, two people will be like so dead set on saying whatever they're saying that they both talking and they can both clearly hear the other person talking. But
Yeah, they just hope the other
they're
will
just
give
gonna
up,
keep going because
basically.
it's like, no, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm
and when that
not
happens, like it's up to the editor to decide who is more important to the conversation. and
I
take
don't
the other
think
side.
so. I mean, if I'm the editor of that, just fucking
Or-
leave them both in. If
or
that's
at least,
the
like,
honest truth. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Or at least cut it so that like it's one after the other. I do a lot of fucky editing to make the podcast less terrible.
I don't.
I mean, yeah,
Fuck
like
that.
and
that's
it's
good.
not just about recapturing it. It is like a product we're producing here. So if you can make it like improved by spacing that, I think that's all fine and well. To
I
do.
mean,
I think it
guess. I
legitimately
don't-
impacts the quality of the show to have the
Yeah.
constant interruptions and to have it be like talking over one another. You can't really tell what's happening.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think we're that talky over
I
each
don't know.
other.
I mean, you see people complain about it, but every
thing about
voice.
the show. It's core. It's core to the show. That happens every episode.
Wait, what's core? Talking over other people?
Yeah, talking over each other.
Yeah. Well, it's core to the show, but like, I mean, I'm really thinking that this is a product. If it can be improved by like de-overlapping people,
the
seems
product
like a good thing to do.
I don't know.
I
To
think
me,
so, too.
the
Completely
product
agree.
is we record ourselves talking for 2 hours. It's not. I mean,
there's probably an artistry there between balancing like friendly banter and then like listenability.
I think there is something to be. There is probably a reason. I don't know what the fuck I'm fucking gonna say. Because like if we were talking in person,
This is all going in the show.
If
by
we
the
were
way. This is all
talking-
going in the
yeah,
show.
this is all be it.
if we were all in a room together talking in person, there would be less interrupting and the conversation would flow better. So
That's true. That's definitely true.
talking over Discord
Yeah,
for the
that's
lag and the
fair.
interrupting that comes with this, there has to be some kind of editing to sort of fix it to where it would be if we were actually
Hey,
in a room together.
here's a question. Has anyone else noticed this? This is a phenomenon. It seems like Jesse gets talked over more than anyone else, and I've yet to figure out exactly why. It might be because of lag, because he does seem to have like the worst connection.
Let me propose a reversal of causality and cause and effect here. Maybe he gets talked over more because he tries to interrupt more. Could that be the case?
You went robo.
I didn't hear
Yeah, I didn't hear either.
Oh, sorry.
No, that was robot. Can you repeat?
Yeah.
Sorry, I said
I wasn't the only one.
I'm not calling Jesse an interrupty mean man or anything, but maybe he could be getting talked over more because he's attempting to interrupt more.
I don't.
I suppose it's
feel
possible.
That. I feel like if two people are talking about something, I try to stay out of it unless I really have something. I don't think I interrupt more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Again, that's not me saying, Jesse, stop interrupting. I don't think that's a problem at all. I don't know.
But I do, and if I am
I don't
interrupting, then I do hate myself, and I will lash myself with the
that's it.
fucking cat of nine tails, whatever the fuck
Maybe it's
called.
that you're more courteous than like someone like me, where I don't give a fuck and I'll keep going. But you're like, well, I'm gonna let this person speak and I'll let them go first. Maybe you're just nicer in conversation. That's possible. I don't know. I'm a little known badass. You might call me a badass. That's what I am.
Can we please get the Urban Dictionary definition of a conversation, please?
Let me pull
I
that
feel
up
kind
real
of
quick.
lost.
Should
we
we
go.
start recording?
Oh my God, Ben! You mother!
No! I didn't mean recording. I mean like start the actual episode.
I mean,
Yes.
we should put this in. We just haven't synced yet.
Is this going in?
Oh, this is going in.
Might as well, fuck it.
yeah. Let's fucking put it in. Hey, here's the thing.
Okay.
Conversation, Urban Dictionary. We're doing it, people. Pew, 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 pew. The act of hooking up with one, usually in a sexual fashion. That is the definition of a conversation.
Thanks,
Listen to- okay,
That's what we've been
Urban
doing this
Dictionary.
whole time. Oh no!
Oh no! Listen to these examples. 1, man, did I get some good conversation last night? And then, leave us alone. We're having a deep conversation, Nate says as Munchie burst into his sex dungeon.
Gross.
I think the ideal podcast format is where people can like have a thought and then say that thought to completion and then have it be discussed instead of saying that like a quarter of the thought, having people interrupt and then say another quarter of the thought, and then and then the conversation completely derailing and going to another topic before the other one can even be.
I think
finished.
that interruptions are not a great thing in general, but when two people are clashing and they're trying to argue each other and shouting over each other, I think that in a way, I almost see it as I almost see each podcast as like a historical record. Like that sounds a little grandiose, but it's like this is a record of what the conversation was and how it happened.
Yeah, but it does get hard to listen to. Like when people are talking to each other and like stuttering and like trying to interjecting and failing, like all that stuff. I think some effort should be put into having it all cut out, and that's one of the things that we should be looking for in an editor is that kind of audio engineering, making it all sound clean and. Making sure that we don't sound like inarticulate fucking baboons.
What I think is really interesting.
But we are inarticulate.
Learning
like for example, when you start a sentence and you have to say the same word over and over again because you don't know what the fuck your brain is doing yet. Like when you do that, you just I would like cut all the likes prior to the end like. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. It's high level shit there.
Make it sound like I'm not stuttering, like an electrocuted retard.
I might have a slightly lower threshold of stuff I'd cut with something like that, but I get the idea. It's all about, what you want to do with it and how you want it to come out in the end.
Other podcasts record for so fucking long, and it's really strange.
Yeah?
I recorded a podcast with this guy, Low Art, on YouTube. I recorded that, maybe 2 months ago, and the guy is still, working
on it?
Other people, edit their podcasts, and, I kind of don't get it.
No, that's what's good. Other people who record podcasts for a living.
Well, not all.
For
not all.
so long.
I listened to the Penny Arcade. I listened to the Penny Arcade DLC podcast, and they don't edit that at all. That's just a conversation between them, and it's fine. There's no pauses, there's no gaps.
Are you sure though that there's literally no improvements made in the editing process?
I guess I can't be 100% sure.
Because I know that, for example, Sam Harris and his Waking Up podcast, he treats it like a product that they curate to, make better and remove Like they try to keep all the content, but
some
you know.
podcasts are highly like there's one called The Relentless Picnic that it has like musical interludes that are definitely like points where they like broke the conversation and restarted and stuff. And others, I don't know. Others just aren't like that, and we are far on the other end of the spectrum.
Ben, when you and I did TBAP originally, like that was something that I went through, and I did like improve the audio by cutting out like ums and uhs and pauses to make it into like but that was essentially podcast format. We just would put the animation and stuff.
I think
we
you guys
also-
would be shocked if you saw like my Vegas timeline of like how because I mean it takes me until like Thursday night to finish these things, and I fully admit it probably takes me too long. Like if we were paying an editor and they did it the way I do it, we wouldn't be paying them enough, and we would never pay them enough, and I would never want to.
You're working too hard.
So like, I don't
with
know,
TBAP.
but like I'm proud of it. Like when I'm done, even if it takes me all week to make it how I want it to sound, I'm proud of it at the end. But it's a weird thing because we're looking for an editor. It's a weird thing to say, like, I want you to edit it good, and if it's not good enough, I'll fucking kill you. But don't think that we're paying you more if you edit it good, because we're too cheap to do that.
Well,
like, I mean,
we want them to take pride in their work, you know.
Yeah,
I want to
most
say
people
about
do.
TBAP. About TBAP,
I want it to be good,
we
but
would,
the better
we would,
it is, the more we have to pay them.
we would break TBAP up with like scripted segments. Like we would come up with jokes as we were going and be like, hold on, stop the recording, and then let's read these lines to make a joke in the middle of it.
We did do that, didn't we?
And so it was
Okay, fair enough.
I think a lot of the time, good podcasting is a lot like good writing, where most of it is like recording for like hours on end, and then in the editing room just cutting out swabs of uninteresting bullshit.
made in the editing. We gotta find the podcast in the editing, guys.
I agree.
This is when I'm working with like Digi on like our Shield Hero podcast or whatever, Digi's a guy who I have a lot of admiration for this aspect, that he just doesn't give a fuck. He just throws in the editing bay, puts one image, it's done, and frankly he does it in an unbelievably short amount of time that I'm hugely
I have
jealous
a small
and envious
degree of admiration for that, but mostly fear and disgust of that.
That's fair.
Wait,
That's
fear
fair.
of what? Jealousy of what now? That
Fear
he
of
doesn't edit?
Digi not giving a
like,
fuck what goes up.
Like his output rate is like can absolutely be through the roof. And on something like that, like the other day I finished recording, I walk in to like see Michelle, I'm like, hey, I just finished the Shield Hero, and like before I said like one fucking word, the podcast was up. And we're like,
well, if the conversation
how did you
if
do
the
this?
conversation doesn't have like a bunch of breaks and things you have to edit around, then you don't have to edit. You just put it on the video and render it and put it on the internet.
Well, any of them can be improved if you like wanted. Like, there's gonna be one bad breath that you could cut out to like make it a little bit better.
I don't know. That's so persnickety. That's so persnickety.
Well,
like
I mean, I don't know. If it's better, it's better.
I mean, I'll just say it. I did not do hardly any like audio editing per se, other than like getting the volume equal on the episodes of the PCP that I edited, and I don't think they were that worse for it. I don't think they were that worse for it.
What's that? So did Jesse?
Well, Ben's episodes look good at least because he can draw.
I did do.
That does go,
Okay,
yeah,
man.
fair.
The process of getting those.
I really like the outline sort of that you've been doing on the recent ones, like the light sort of wireframe versions of us. I don't know what you
mean like with the mouths moving and everything?
Yeah, just like the different colored outlines of
Yeah,
our bodies.
I thought those looked pretty cool. And I gotta say, like, I knew, after a while, after I'd done a few of those, I knew how to get the mouths moving, and it was a long process to, like, figure out the method to do it. Once I figured it out, it was not that hard, but it was extremely, like, it was extremely time intensive because I would have to render each individual mouth with its own video track overlaid over the thing, and then I would have to put them all in and then render it not in Vegas, but I would have to render each one as like a fucking high res not an MP4, a T2F or whatever, or and like something would always go wrong. And it would always take me like days and days of rendering, seeing, what fucked up this time? Okay, gotta do it again. It would like I could explain how to do the mouth matching up thing pretty simply. There's not that many steps to it. It would just take forever every time. I would be enraged every single time. I was like, it should be done by now. I'm getting flustered just thinking about making those. And that's what I have to say about that.
Fair enough.
Job.
Hey, how about we sync? Why don't we sync?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's sync on the count of three.
Wait,
We'll
wait.
say-
Is Hippo joining?
What?
He's in the
He
call.
says he
He
says
said
not
now
gonna.
he'll just listen.
All right.
Okay, on the count of 3, let's say sync. Here we go. 1, 2, 3,
Sync.
One more time. 1, 2, 3,
Sync. I remember.
Okay, so I don't know if we're gonna cut this part out or should we?
No,
I
fuck
think
it.
we should
What-
just
what do we
upload the whole
discuss?
thing of this. Yeah, just have it be the first part of the podcast. Have it cold open for once.
I have more
Okay,
things to
because
say about
what was-
podcasts.
What was the point of the pre-ramble? Extra?
Well, the point was it was a candid conversation that was relatively entertaining. I'd
Hey,
say.
if you like what you heard so far, give us $5 on procrastinators.com/Patreon to hear
that's
the
the
bonus
one, that's the
episode
one.
where we do the same thing.
Donate to our
Yeah, that's
PayPal.
appropriate plug.
I remember I had a sort of digi style editing process back when I did arm retrieval and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
like Chibi Blockets and stuff, where like most of the editing was creating the image that would be on screen, and then basically like that was it. Like for arm retrieval editing, here's like all I did. Like for like the audio editing and stuff like that was I sunk up everyone, and then I compressed the audio levels, but I probably didn't even do that right. I just did it like to ear. And then I exported it all in one big audio file, put that, like, I did that on Audacity. Then I just put it into, like, a video editing thing, and then I spent, like, 2 hours making an image, and then just put that in there, and then it was done. Like, that's all I did. Like, the actual, like, assembling everything took maybe 5 minutes. Maybe.
That's me. That's me editing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hey, speaking of editing, that took forever. You want to talk about 10 Paces?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah,
Do
dude.
we want to chat about 10 Paces? Because I
Let's do it. It was a lot of fun.
was chipping away on that for, like, months.
It came
It
out...
sure was good.
You know what? Okay, I want to say... It was good. Yeah, we all know that. But I want to say how good it
Redcon
was.
3!
But it was pretty good, but...
Okay, no, that's
Yeah.
actually the opposite. I'm actually saying it was pretty good, and more on top of that. Actually, it was actually fantastic and way better than what we recorded. I feel this was the Star
Yeah.
Wars of our generation. This made funny something that wasn't really funny and kind of a clusterfuck
When-
when we were
okay.
It really came
when-
off to me. It felt like a real, like a TV show almost.
That's, yeah.
sure, for
when,
sure.
when...
I liked the digi in the background when you guys were talking. He's just like slinking into the fridge and then slinking back.
There's a bunch of
There's a
like,
lot of that, yeah,
us
it's good.
other people like lurking in the background because we were all just in the same room all the time. Munch, you and I both came up with the idea, right, Munchie?
Of course.
Yeah, we like
I approached you with an idea for a drawcast where we like fought each other. It was like a round based like thing where it's like a competitive
elimination
tournament thing.
Yeah.
And then me and you just spent like the first couple days of Redcon 3 being like, what if dude, like what if and then they just sprouted out of that.
Good times. Yeah, I remember when we were thinking of it, I wanted it to be I wanted it to be like Strip Search. I wish so hard that I could have been in Strip Search that I just
Strip
had
Search
to
came up many times in the conversation.
that I had to make my own Strip Search, but with me in it. So I was thinking,
That's
like,
the way to do it.
how could I make this like look and feel like Strip Search felt? And the answer was like spend a ton of effort like trying to edit it as professionally as possible. Like I learned the masterclass technique of letting the audio lead the cut. I learned
That's a thing I've wanted to do. I've never actually done that, and I was very impressed that you used that. It's a pretty basic technique, but I was like, there he goes, being a real edit boy.
I learned that
Good
from
work.
not Innuendo Studios. Who's that? Dan Olson? No, fuck. There's some
Dan
guy.
Aykroyd?
No, there's some fucking guy on YouTube whose videos I watch, and he talks about editing somewhat. Folding ideas.
Oh,
Talked
yes.
about letting
Three Arrows? The
No.
German alt-left YouTuber?
No, but he's cool too. Anyway, yeah. So that's just like one weird trick. That's like letting the audio lead the cut is like one weird trick that I completely abused in like so many shots. I just did the same thing over and over again.
I learned one weird old trick to obliterate
Yeah.
the YouTube algorithm and
Ben-
shoot to the top
Ben,
of the charts.
I'm Google searching like hot tips and tricks how to make sexy YouTube video right now. Give me 10 tips right now.
Let the audio lead the cut.
You know what's embarrassing
That's
that I
it.
just
Nothing
figured
else.
out?
That's the only
That's
one.
all you got.
You know
Jesse?
what I just figured out about editing? It's really embarrassing that it took me this
Yeah.
many years of editing professionally to realize this. But when the sound peaks and it has the red number, like the red
Yep.
decimal number, that the decimal number is exactly as many decimals as you have to turn it down to make it not peak
shit.
anymore.
I had no idea.
I'm glad that other people besides me hadn't figured that out yet.
I don't
I'm
even
glad that you
I mean,
didn't
I
know
know
that.
when it's red, you gotta lower it to make it not peak.
I knew
but-
that when it's red, you have to lower it, but I always just kind of did
Wait,
it like
are you talking about
blindly,
in,
like an
in
idiot.
Vegas?
Yeah, in
Yeah, in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Huh.
Like I would always my whole career I've been like, it's red, I gotta turn it down some. It was always turn it down some. But like I actually looked at it one day and I'm like, wait a minute. There's a decimal number there. I wonder if I turn it down exactly to that amount of decimal, and sure enough, it tells you exactly how much you need to turn it down. Maybe
That's useful.
maybe we're all dumb as fuck for not noticing that earlier, but
Dude, there's
it
so
blew
many
my
features.
mind.
I
It was a
noticed. I
revelation.
noticed
Other
the
fucking-
numbers. I just also didn't put two and two together.
That's so weird.
I want to continue going up to bat for fucking 10 bases and draw, by the way. I just
Yeah.
want to keep doing that
I,
forever.
I wanted to keep kvetching about how much work it was.
Okay. That right there. Like, sure. We can all, joke, haha, it took so long. But, the actual editing of it, I feel, was most likely well spent,
It was straight up professional level editing, basically. Unironically.
It's not as though Ben was working on 10 Paces Draw for a year in the sense that every day
No.
he would clock in.
No.
Sure. How long would you say it was of actual work time?
Combined actual
Couple
work
hundred hours
time.
or something.
Yeah, it might have been 100, 120. I don't know, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, all right.
I put off even starting it for a long time.
Right, that's the main thing right there.
I think a lot of people in the audience and just abroad may not realize this about being an online, free-flowing, free-form kind of guy. That projects are extremely fluid, and you can be working on something for a really long time and not drop it, just have more things take up the priority queue of your mind. And therefore, and when you come back to it in 2 months afterward, people have forgotten about it or think you're not releasing it, but it's just you're doing other things. And are you supposed to make a Twitter post that hey guys, switched over to this, also then the next day, and then I switched over to this, and then I switched over to this, and then I came back to this for a little while. It's a slow grind to do some of these long, effortless
A lot of the
projects.
time people will say oh, I've been working on this for years. And a lot of the time it's well, you weren't literally working on it for years. You maybe you started it years ago, or you had the idea years ago, and maybe you worked on it some of the time, and then other times
Indeed.
you had other things that had to take priority over it.
That being said, I just came out of a particularly grueling process making something for Endless War, which will be out by the time. I mean, it will be out later tonight.
was it
or
world
whatever.
famous comic Nuts the Beginning?
Yes, it was actually. Did you like it? I made it for you.
I didn't. I wasn't very.
It was kind
I
of
wasn't
fucked up
very
that you put that on the
impressed,
Patreon.
personally.
Actually, it kind of fucked up that you put that on your Patreon.
Yeah, I
Even
don't.
though
I mean, I
DM'd
just
you.
thought my patrons might appreciate your hard work on that one. But that's that's similar because someone made, or I made the joke a month ago or more about the whole the difference between the timelines is that real Ben Saint likes salted almonds and the cop killer likes unsalted cashews, and I was like, that would be really funny to turn into a comic where that's the joke.
Oh, that was the genesis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I
Yeah,
started
alright.
it back then, and then I did a bit of it, had dropped it for some other stuff,
Yeah,
forgot about it a
exactly.
little bit until someone brought it, and I was like, I gotta finish that. And then I stayed up for 2 days, a day and a half straight, yesterday, didn't sleep, just worked on it for the whole time because I was like, I'm so close to it, I just gotta keep going. And I did, and I banged it out, and I made sweet GIFs. And the art is rad at point.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's terrible, and other times it's great. And I was like, job well done. And it felt good.
I have just gotten out of creating an update, which is fairly big. I mean, there's no reason to be candid about it since they will know. but
You mean
it
a
just
code
feels weird.
update?
Yeah, a code update.
Yeah.
To Endless War. That took such a frankly, embarrassing time. It took maybe, 3 weeks of making, where I added a ton of shit, not most interesting of which the ferry and 3 new districts and rebalancing and adding a lot of new flavor text for whatever, doesn't matter specifics. All I'm saying is that
Finally, the
all
coveted
that is
ferry.
good.
Finally, the ferry is running.
That is good.
It's been out of
Link in the
commission for so
description.
long.
Okay. And the most weird thing about it is that I was working on it, like, every single day. This update, like, ruined my latest trip to Boston, which I'll get into later.
Yeah.
Because every single day, I was sick trying to work on this, just plowing through fucking, like dozens upon dozens of flavor texts, which I didn't need to do. This is the thing, where I was working hard, but I wasn't being productive.
Yeah.
What I was doing didn't fucking matter at all. I'm sure people will go around the district, collecting all the new flavor texts, and they'll be like, haha, cool. Does not matter at all. Did not need to happen. I made, like, the actual code for everything. Like first couple days, changed a little bit of it, here and there. But, but actually making the majority of every fucking for the past
It's the
5
90-10
days
rule, dog. It's the
since
90-10
I
rule.
got back, since I fucking got back on the 12th, literally every single day I would get up, just like work literally all day, and then turn in at night, just
Since the
constantly
12th, he
rewriting
says.
fucking
Flavor
literally.
text. Rewriting flavor
days.
text?
It's only 5 days.
Well, what? That
Well, okay,
that's
I'll
a
tell you
long
what.
time in my
This
mind.
is very interesting
That's a long.
because
That's
I
a long
just
time to be on like a
On
12-hour
one-
a day work schedule.
yeah.
Well, okay, that's interesting that you say, because I actually, too, just finished. It's coming out at 5 p.m. the day of recording. This is my longest edited video ever that's not a lecture, and it's the Kingdom Hearts 3 Wiagawa, and I put in such an absolutely unnecessary amount of effort and work into it, and the reason was because in my mind, it was easier to just go along with the tide of, like, look, it's already there, just, like, add stuff here, make a little edit there. In no way was I fighting against my just desire to just add things to it for the common sense approach of, like, Nate, you do not need to do all this, just make a shorter video and get it out, talk about less things, it's fine, you can make another video later, you will make more money, you will get more views, people will like that better, no one or less people will sit through a long video anyway, probably. So just do all these good things, and I even made a fucking trailer for it, which so it was just for fun, and was dope. But what it is, it was the capstone to the Nate power creep arc when it comes to Wiagawa, as I was saying before
So
the show.
you leaned into the power. Wait, you mean feature creep?
Well, both. It's
Okay.
both the power creep and feature creep arc. My
Right.
power level has never been higher, but it needs to go back down because the bosses we're in Dragon Ball Z levels where, like, okay, we already know they can blow up a planet. How much more visually can you convey that this guy's way double, triple stronger than the last guy was? That's what Wiagawa
Okay,
has
so
become.
I know what a power creep is. What's that other creep?
Feature creep
Yeah,
is
It's
an
in like
aspect
in
of,
a
like,
game when like
Yeah.
it's when like development just balloons out to be longer and longer and longer because they just
Look at
keep
modern gaming.
adding
Modern gaming
stuff,
right now.
bells and
Mage.
whistles.
Mage,
The
you
Final
played
Fantasy
Terraria,
release-
right? You played Terraria, right, Mage?
A little bit. Not
Everything
much.
after hard mode is feature creep. People will understand that. in the comments.
I haven't played that much, but
Well, okay. On the subject of Nate's power creep arc, let me just say that since, this is where people come and make fun of me for, saying it's going to be
It's
done and then I fail. I want everyone to know that I'm always telling the truth, that I think that it will be done at a certain time. I'm just so fucking bad at it. I'm unbelievably terrible at judging time and distance, and I'm so sorry,
Sure.
everyone. But the good news is, this is the end of the feature creep arc of Wiagawa. I have a new plan. It will begin shortly, and it will be... It's actually going to be bi-weekly videos is the plan, not actually weekly. So they'll continue to roast me for that, but that's fine. The point is, regular content, not like this. Radcon
Well, just
3
change
stuff
the name to
will be out.
Wiagabwa.
But that just doesn't sound as good. I'll make like a meme edit where I just put like a B before the W or something. I don't know.
Wiagabwa.
All right, not bad.
I have a criticism about the 10 paces and draw, and I brought
Yeah?
this up in the chat, but I guess I'll bring it up on the show so people can hear it and weigh in on it
Please.
or whatever the fuck. And I can criticize it because I wasn't in the video, so it's worthless to me.
Indeed.
And this is a direct result of how well it's edited. I noticed that when you have a
Please don't
like
say the
that-
music's too loud. Please don't say the
No,
music's too
it's
loud.
not
The music was a
it's not
bit
the
loud
music.
there, Ben.
Wait, was it actually though?
It was a little bit.
A little bit.
I tried
yeah.
to watch it on my phone, but I
I
couldn't hear a
don't
single
get it.
thing.
I
was
don't fucking get it. It does not sound too loud to me at all. And
What did you use to Ben? What were you listening to when you
I
were
listened
checking
to it
the
on
audio
headphones
levels?
and on speakers, both.
You might have bad headphones. Also, your judgment might have been off because you were like in it and you weren't seeing it from the perspective of a.
I mean,
future listener.
I
Because-
tried
because you-
turning the
because you
music
knew.
volume down, and like I didn't want it to be too quiet because if it's too quiet, then
I
it
know,
doesn't
dog, it's a
doesn't
struggle.
contribute to the atmosphere. Like the point of the music is to build atmosphere.
I know the struggle, Ben. I know the struggle.
Thank
I
you,
understand,
okay.
but
Anyway, we interrupted Jesse. Well,
Sorry.
yeah, please
Yeah.
continue.
It's fine.
My
Gripe.
actual criticism is that
Mm-hmm.
because you have a show with the really good lighting, the really good house set that we had, Victor's camera work, everything looks great,
killer.
and the editing was so professional.
Oh, I
and it
think
loo-
I know what you're gonna say.
And it looked like a real show, and because everything about it was so good and clean and nice looking, it only makes it all the more jarring that half the cast is dressed like complete slobs in bathrobes and pajamas.
I'm wearing pajama pants. Digi's in his like robe. I mean, Nate looks fine.
did
He's
you
wearing
see-
like
I
a
think
hoodie.
emergence.
the pajamas and
I like-
bathrobe arc needs to end for the PCP
I
if
want
we're ever
to
going
quickly
to
say
advance.
I liked Hippo's sweater so much. I forgot to comment, but I liked his sweater
looked
so much.
fine.
It's such
Yeah.
a cute sweater.
Hippo looked
Well,
fine.
okay.
Hippo looked
It gives
fine.
a bit of a
Tom looked
ragamuffin
fine.
as
Nate looked
well.
okay. Everyone else. This is a
I
nightmare.
was looking good.
I was in my
Ben,
iconic
were you?
pizza
Are you
jumpsuit.
aware?
Come on.
Well, that's iconic. Everyone loves that. Are you
Yes.
aware of the emergence of the diverged timeline character that is the earth-shattering meta rebalancing character that is Fat Ben? The people love Fat Ben. They want Fat Ben from sea to shining sea. And frankly, we want this current Ben out the window. We want Fat Ben back.
I fucking killed Fat Ben. I look so.
you did.
I hate how I look in that video so bad. I'm so
Yeah,
fat. My
yeah.
hair is like my hair looks shit and only accentuates my giant forehead to an embarrassing degree. I've got jowls. I'm not clean shaven, but I don't have the beard, so my face just looks like I look like pale and like jaundiced and just scruffy, but not in a
God,
cool
I don't remember
scruffy
why
way.
I clicked on it, but the other day I happened to be watching the old TBBAP Q&A video.
Oh, where
And
we
I
look
was
great.
just looking
Yeah.
at you guys,
boys.
and I was just thinking, who is this beautiful man?
Yeah.
And
Where did his beard go?
Yeah, it's back.
when was he
The beard's
killed
back,
and
beard's
replaced
back.
by the
I'm
monster
back-
Ben
no, look.
Saint?
TBAP Ben TBAP Q&A Ben. He's coming
peaked.
back. I'm
both
actually
peaked.
better. He's coming back, but better. Because now I look
Hell yes.
handsome, but I also look like a freak now.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
I
I was
have my
gonna ask
stupid
about
haircut.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the haircut. Has the hair grown in a little bit?
It's I mean it's still short on the side, but it's
You-
not like buzz
yeah, well,
cut.
so long as
You
it's
look
there's
older
some
now.
hair.
You look older and less like an adult, paradoxically now.
That's
Well, you mean in the 10 paces?
no, now
just in
like, you're-
general.
Just older and yeah, okay. I'll take that.
I mean,
That's fine.
that was
Oh my
mean.
God!
I
your,
take it
your,
back.
Your
I
beard
feel
is
bad for saying
so
that.
full, and your hair is so kempt.
Isn't
and
he
you're
a
wearing
handsome
that
boy though?
plaid.
In the video?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My beard is not back. It's not as long as it was in that one, but it's getting there.
I straight up
the-
think
the
Ben
Ben
and I
Saint-
will look back, and I mean, you can right now. That Q&A video is what changed everything for us. If we had not made that one video,
It
we
did.
probably never would have met like the rest of you guys.
It changed everything.
It did. It straight up changed everything. And you know what it comes down to? It's the fact that we were hot. Guys, work on your appearance. It matters. Being attractive goes so far in life. Don't give up on yourself.
And look how far
work
we've all
hard.
fallen.
I know.
Work
Look
hard.
how I used to
let
look
myself-
in my
I let
fucking
myself
By the way, I just
video.
wanna
I
say-
let myself go,
I-
but I'm back on track now. I'm back
Right
on track.
before I came on this podcast, I've got a new gym membership 10 minutes down the street from my current apartment. I was there, and because I worked out first thing in the morning, this is the secret to life. Because I worked out before I did anything else, I come home and I'm like, well, I'm not wasting this. This day is going to be perfect. So I get my fuel, I get my protein powder. I'm going to go have a fucking salad when we're done here. Start your day off right, people, and you'll do no wrong.
Hey, I'm eating a
this
salad
is
right
the
now.
key.
You can probably hear me munching on this
Hell
fucking
yes.
rabbit food into the microphone.
Hell yes.
That's
what I like to hear.
I feel good knowing I'm very confident in this that like you look at TBAP Q&A Ben, you look at RadCon 3 Ben. Basically a complete 180.
Fat Ben. Please call him by his proper name, Fat Ben.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm happy to say
Oafish Ben.
present Ben, modern day Ben,
Yeah.
current Ben that sits before you right now is much closer to TBBAP Q&A Ben than to Fat Ben. So that's
excellent.
pretty
TBAP,
cool.
TBAP Q&A aesthetic is what I want for 10 Paces and Draw and all future professional productions
I
of the
actually,
PCP enterprise.
I actually fit into that shirt once more. Finally,
Congratulations.
thank you.
God,
yes.
it is so emotionally painful for me to watch videos of myself from like 2012 or like 2011 and just seeing like I watch videos of me from that time period and think, I have never seen a more handsome man in my fucking life. Where did he go? What
that's
happened?
how I felt. That's how I felt looking at TBAP Q&A Ben.
And I know what happened. I met you guys. The PCP was created. This coalition came together and sucked the life out of every one of us individually to add to the hideous collective like an Akira blob, destroying all in its path, growing more and more grotesque by the minute.
Can I just make a quick
I've
point
reversed
about
the trend. I
Ben's,
have reversed the trend.
Ben's point about fitting into a shirt. I just want to point out, the shirt that I'm wearing into TBAP Q&A is the same shirt that I'm wearing in 10 Paces and Draw. The, like, gray and black striped horizontal stripes.
Yeah.
It's the same shirt.
Glowing,
It's the same
aren't
shirt.
you?
I'm a perfect man, is my point. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, speaking of you, me and my anime group, we watched Zombieland Saga. We finished Zombieland Saga, and we dubbed.
sick.
Yeah, we dubbed that guy Anonate because it's literally just you. You should watch it. Haven't watched it? You should watch it.
I certainly intend to. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
We love that guy. He's a good guy. He's better than you, but it is you, so it's like.
Doubtful.
Oh, is he the guy in like the suit?
Yes,
he wears,
with
like,
the
red vest and
glasses.
shit.
I mean, I haven't seen Zombieland Saga, but I think I've seen the character posted
He's
with
good.
Nate comparisons.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish I watched television shows. I only watch YouTube videos now.
I've been
Oh, you're
thinking.
missing out. TV rules.
I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about that, and yeah, for sometimes I think, man, I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch Marvel movies. I don't watch Disney movies. I'm like a weird, I don't participate in the culture, and it's hamstringing my social life. But then I was like, wait, maybe I should just lean into it and be like, I don't watch Disney shit because corporations control our lives, and I won't fucking be subject to their whims. I won't fucking
who
let
wants
them.
to think
I
that
won't
hard about the shit you watch, though?
But well, I mean, it's okay because I'm not naturally inclined to watch any of these things. So maybe I should just lean
Fair
into.
enough.
Maybe I should just lean into that tendency.
Disney's going to own every entertainment property before too long, because that's straight up the way they're going. They're just absorbing everything.
Yeah, I mean.
And the
There's
very
a couple-
last
there's a
thing
couple others.
that they get their mitts on will be
Is
the
the
Pro
PCP.
Crastinators.
Yeah.
And the one
We'll
thing
hold
that
out
they'll
till
never
the
get their
end.
hands
We will
on,
stand against we will be David
The last
fighting
bastion.
against that Goliath.
and in that day, our one ally will be the one podcast that cannot be found, the Pizza Party Podcast. And
Disney
that
won't be
day,
able to find
we'll,
them
We'll
to
be
add them to
unwilling
the-
allies.
Where's the podcast? Because we need to team up. We need to find them and team up against Disney.
Exactly. That'll
We
be the end of the
need
arc.
allies.
Ben,
After
I
ragging on
wasn't
them for so
implying-
long, you want to team up.
This weird meme is going to end with Ben loving the Pizza Party podcast. Above all things. Eventually
if
jumping ship
only
and
I
joining
could find
them.
them. If
You'll be
only
the
I could find
honorary
them,
member.
maybe I would love them. Who knows?
I wasn't saying that I want to watch more like topical shows and get it on that rich, deep fandom. I just meant that anime is, honestly,
Pretty good,
through my
sometimes.
travels with Chibi Bakas, they're actually anime's kind of good.
Well, Munchie, you're a guy. You're a guy that I think I'm in generally the same category of. Maybe a little bit less these days, but there's most anime is trash. So just watch the good ones, and people will tell you what the good ones are, and that's what Chibi Baka should be.
I've
I mean, that's
never
what I've been
seen
doing for years.
Classics.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
seen Cowboy Bebop. I've never
should, it's
seen
worth it.
FSCL.
Or its sequel, Cowboy Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Woo! That's for
I
the
don't
that's
actually
for
know
the
what that
that's for
is,
the
but it sounds-
that's for the millennials
Oh,
in the audience.
no, Ben's not. I mean, Nate's not a millennial. He doesn't see Doug. He doesn't know about Bluffington.
I know Doug, and I know Bluffington. I
No,
know more
well,
than you'll ever
obviously
know.
not, 'cause you're about Donatello. Donatello, people are going crazy for this fucking pizza.
Hey, let me just take a moment to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy
A
St.
week
Patrick's
ago,
Day,
a week
everybody.
ago, a
Is
week
today
ago,
St.
a week
Patrick's
ago,
Today,
Day?
the
a
day
week
of
ago.
recording is St. Patrick's
Oh yeah,
Day.
for
Oh.
us, for people, it's
Oh,
been like
boy.
a week now.
Does England care about St. Patrick at all, or is he
Yeah.
an
I mean,
Irish rebel,
They must.
bad man?
I don't know.
They
I
must.
stay at
They
home
do.
every day.
Why
Okay,
must
fair
they?
enough.
Well, hey, let me tell you a story. I was in Ireland for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, shit.
God, maybe like.
Don't
like
they turn the rivers green? Oh wait, that's Boston.
But like
never
6
mind.
years ago or something. I don't know. It was however many years ago I was over there, and you know, it's different. The funny thing about St. Patrick's Day in Ireland is it's a much more. It's kind of split in two. The natives,
spiritual or
it's
something?
more laid back and it's more of like a religious holiday. I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
super religious, but somewhat. And like the natives, you know, they'll go out to a bar, they'll be with their friends and family. The tourists in fucking Dublin, in like the tourist section of. Did you know that like the like quote unquote like historical district of Dublin is like
Yeah.
a construction? Like it was built like relatively recently, but built in like an old-timey looking cobblestoney way to like look
Yeah.
like what people imagine when they think of like jolly old Dublin or whatever.
I was unaware of that. But that's cool.
It's like a tourist construction. The Ireland is like it's driven by the tourism industry. Like they got like fucking tour buses running around. They got with leprechauns on the side. Everything's owned.
By the way,
everything's owned
Hippo
by Guinness.
Hippo confirms in the chat that St. Patrick's Day is a quirky thing in England, but everyone likes beer. Okay, so there you go. That's the English perspective.
Yeah, it's not like in America.
I think it's bigger in America, isn't it? People go nuts.
Yes,
St.
it
well,
is.
I mean,
Especially
it's more of
Boston,
like
but
I mean, it's like a
yes.
party holiday
Yeah,
for adult.
yeah,
It's like a party holiday in America.
Yeah,
It's,
see, I don't drink
don't give a
alcohol, so it's not a big deal for me.
Yeah,
Same
That's
here,
what-
same here.
that's how we do it.
I do like a raucous atmosphere, though. I
I
like
do
people
too.
having a good time.
I do- I do
I
too.
do like a raucous caucus.
Yeah, that's why we're going to the Capitol, baby. Gonna shoot up the Senate. Wait,
No,
no,
whoa,
that's not what I
whoa.
meant to say.
But
I
head over
straight
to the
up did not
PC,
mean
head on
to say
over to the
that.
PCP store. Buy your "I'm the Reason People Are Dying" shirt. Link,
And
link
please
below.
commit no mass shootings. That's not what I actually meant to say. I meant to say, well, like, go have fun with the Senate. I love my
Nate,
elected
no one's gonna
representatives and believe in
believe that you were
democracy.
trying to say, let's have fun with the Senate, but you said, let's shoot up the Capitol.
That is just-
Those
I
are
don't know, people are
not
on
the
edge.
same thing.
People are on edge these days.
It's there's like one
Take-
letter's difference.
Take Donald Trump on a night out.
I'd chill with Donald Trump. I'd get blasted on ghetto blasters with
No.
the DT boy.
This is a perfect segue because yeah, Munchie, and then I'll segue.
Okay, just real quick, because I want to ruin your segue.
Just ruin my
yeah.
fucking segue. Who gives a shit?
I'm caught between two worlds, a world of darkness and light. And I'm caught between my ethnic father and my pure Boston Irish mother.
Nice.
So whenever she, Patrick's Day come around, she flips on the Irish accent incredibly racistly and pretends that we are Irish, even though listen,
wait, is this true?
No,
Is that
no.
true?
Yeah. Okay, listen.
Jesus.
We are Irish. But that does not matter, and Irish people aren't distinct or like different
not
in
at
real
all.
life.
Not at
So
all.
like
Not
she's
America.
like, guys, we're so fucking Irish. Let's go to the pub. Let's go to an Irish. Let's get some corned beef and cabbage.
That's the
I don't
American
know
way
if-
to do it.
I don't know if Irish people aren't distinctive enough. Maybe you're just
wouldn't
not
know.
Irish
I mean,
enough. Because my family
I was-
is pretty stereotypically Irish in every conceivable way.
Well, what do you got? You got drunkenness. You got I don't know,
I
like
have-
to
I have
fight.
green.
I
I
have
have-
blue collarness.
I
don't know.
I have 10 aunts and uncles. They're all alcoholics. They're all rage-fueled maniacs. Most
Yeah,
of them
okay.
are deeply religious.
so far so
in
good.
in Ireland, I remember I was at a pub. I was at an Irish pub, and I talked to a girl. Ooh, and
No,
and she was a native, and I remember asking her
Mm-hmm.
if she spoke Irish, and she said no,
Celtic?
and she seemed annoyed.
Yeah.
I think she seemed annoyed by the question. Like
Maybe
like,
because Irish isn't a fucking language, Ben.
it is a fucking language.
Yeah,
you ding
there's
dong.
an English-
Celtic.
there-
That was Celtic.
I think you're supposed to call it Irish.
It's called
now.
Gaelic,
Oh.
but it's
There's-
Irish.
That'd be fucking gay though.
Well-
so we don't do that.
Well,
It might be that
I was
she's
there,
just used to the
when I was there,
expression.
when I was there, people told me don't call it, Celtic or Gaelic, just call it Irish.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, and I
alright,
asked
alright.
someone if they spoke Irish, and she said no, and I think she was annoyed. I didn't mean to imply this, but I think maybe she thought that it was like sort of derogatory to even ask the question because the answer is no, because it was like implicitly saying like, oh, you're not real Irish. I wasn't trying to imply that at all, but I think she was
Yeah,
annoyed by
yeah.
it anyway.
Fair enough.
It might also be because she gets asked the question a lot and it's just annoying after a while.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe, probably.
Or it could be that right after that
know-
you asked her where she keeps her Lucky Charms.
I'm so
I'm always
angry.
after those Lucky Charms. I am a quarter
the
Irish,
Welsh?
so
That's what they call STDs
I am
in
a quarter
Ireland.
Irish, so I'm entitled to a quarter of the pot.
The Welsh and the Irish make me so fucking upset trying to pretend like England like isn't their hegemon and trying to pretend like they're their own distinct countries. Listen,
Whoa
listen.
there. Well, they fought some wars over that.
I know,
movie.
I know. Listen, the troubles are coming back, and I am clearly on the fucking unionist side right fucking now.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm imagining that like in England, you got Wales, you got Scotland, you got I don't know, fucking Denmark or whatever the fuck else they got over there. and like every single one of those is their Texas, like always like griping and saying that they're gonna secede one of these days.
Oh my god, that's okay. Ireland,
At least that's the
England
meme.
just has like four. England just has like 4 Texases.
Ireland has enough tood that I get it that they don't want to be in the best empire in the world for some reason.
Wait, but
I
Ireland
understand,
actually
sure.
Ireland is its own country, though,
Nor-
right?
No, I know.
it is.
Northern Ireland is part of the UK.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, but the Welsh have no excuse, and it makes me so fucking mad
Well, the
that
Welsh
they
are happy to be
try
part of the
and
UK.
pretend like they're different. They try.
They are different, goddammit. They've got a Welsh accent. It's totally unique and different. And I don't know.
They were
I met a lot of
literally
threads
part of
about-
England for like hundreds of years. They were literally
Okay, listen to
part of
this
it.
though. The best thing that ever happened for the Welsh identity was in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Many of the characters have Welsh accents specifically, and minge posting will save the Welsh identity. And what minge posting is, there is a character named Nia in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 who is a cat girl with a Welsh accent, as many of the characters do, but especially her. And in one of her costumes, she has stick with me here. She's wearing a pretty revealing outfit.
Does she have the
and
dragon? Does she have the Welsh dragon on her
No,
costume?
what she has is it's a patch of it's like mesh or something directly above her crotch, where you can see her belly button, so you know it's flesh, and you can see her skin, and you can see the lack of pubic hair, and this is what's known as minge posting, to draw
Ew.
attention to the fact that you can see so closely to where her pubic hair would be visible, and you can almost get a glimpse of that minge. So
Gross.
I'm just saying this
What a horrible
concept
word.
has saved the Welsh identity for generations to come.
Nate, you're
And
a
it's wonderful.
fucking monster.
Hold on,
You're a
wait. Well,
bigot.
I need to clarify something. This is
Yeah.
not me saying that all European or English-speaking Europeans are the same. I'm just saying that England is the best one, so you should try and gravitate towards it
The
culturally
Scots
if you
would
want
be
me to like
pissed
you.
if they heard you say that.
Okay,
shit, dude.
listen. All right, okay. I take back what I originally said. The troubles are not coming back. Ireland, sure. I just hate the Welsh. Is what I'm trying to say. I just hate them, and they don't deserve to have their own culture because they fucking don't. Because they fucking don't.
Not
don't
trying
know,
to say
dude.
anything controversial here. I just fuck those guys.
Can we get some Welsh voicemails, please? I want to hear the Welsh defend their, ethnic or cultural identity.
They
or
have a
whatever.
language. Welsh is a language, and it's fucking.
I
stupid.
did not know
it's
that.
literally stupid. It's literally stupid. Just speak English. Just speak English.
Right on.
Fucking. I love dragons.
Damn.
I'm just poopy. I'm
This is
a
just
Welsh.
straight up racism right now. This is just pure, unadulterated hatred based on ethnicity and no other characteristics.
Last episode we had Mage tell those hateful, bigoted jokes, and this time we got
I didn't say anything. You guys are the ones who said them.
Luckily, at the same time, Jesse clarified that racism is in fact over, so there's no need to worry about it anymore. And here we are.
Well,
following
once
up,
she's bringing it back.
Okay.
That's true.
The list of countries and people who I hate unequivocally, and you can't become cool if you're from them. If you're Welsh or if you're Spanish, I will fucking obliterate you. Your countries are shit, and I hate them.
Mexico, cool. Spain, toilet.
Completely
I
agree.
like Spain.
Completely agree.
Spain's cool.
But
No.
what about Catalonia?
What about Barcelona? That place is cool.
Catalonia,
Barcelona,
Catalonia's fine. Catalonia's
you
fine.
go to
Spain-
and you get your wallet pickpocketed, Ben, and you go to the police
Maybe I
and they
want
laugh
that
at
experience. I want to mix in with the local color, the ruffians and the rowdies. You know, it's rowdy central in Barcelona.
No,
You should be
don't
way
say
into
that.
this.
That's not true. It's slander. By the way,
Hey, wait, that reminds me. Oh yeah, okay, go on. Finish your point.
All I'm saying is that you're Welsh, go back to Argentina.
Fair and balanced
so-
as always, Munchie.
So, okay, back to my perfect segue an hour ago.
Wait, let me first, before you say that, let
yeah,
me just
go
say
on.
we've got new T-shirts, people. Buy the
Oh.
Group Piss T-shirt because
Yes.
it's dope as hell.
I
down
made the
below.
Group Piss T-shirt because
I
we need
want
more
one. I
shirts,
want
and I
one
thought
bad.
that this was a, I made
perfect.
the Group Piss image for a banner, and I thought it'd make a
Yep.
pretty dope shirt, and I was right.
He was so right. We all love it. I want one. Buy me one,
I might
please.
get one.
You know what people should do? I have a P.O. box open, people. Buy me the Group Piss shirt and send it to my P.O. box. I'd really appreciate
What
that.
size
Or else
shirt?
I'm gonna
What
have to
size
spend
shirt
my
do you wear?
own money.
Medium.
Medium, yeah.
Yeah.
Medium.
Yeah.
There you go, people.
I actually made a shirt. I'm not selling it because I would have felt weird selling it, but I made a shirt to celebrate my new meme. And my new meme is YangGang. I am YangGang now.
Oh,
That's not your meme.
I've made.
You
Yeah,
can't-
no, I own it. Listen,
Ben invented
Yang
YangGang.
is my
Typical Ben,
Yang is my
stealing
new.
other people's jokes and memes for his
Yeah.
T-shirt scam.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a
well, the
story
only-
of history of thievery.
Yang is my new keto, is what I'm saying. This
Okay,
is my
you
new
know what?
thing that I will talk interminably about and ruin everyone's good time.
Okay,
with.
I'm about to start a fucking wildfire right now because I'm literally going to ask this question and I literally don't know.
Yeah.
Who
it
is Andrew Yang?
You don't even want to know, dude.
I was waiting for. I've been waiting for this day.
Wait,
my
Ben,
whole
can
life.
I just say?
Yeah.
I knew you were going to bring this up, and in preparation, I went and listened. Excuse me, to large segments of the Joe Rogan podcast with Andrew Yang in preparation to discuss this topic.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
I listened to that. I listened to that podcast. I listened to. I spent literally hours. I was like all night. I had like Yang shit on in
Yang
like
shit.
I had Yang shit playing in the back. I listened intently. I'm a Yang scholar now.
Wait, okay.
Ben's a Yang Mang. Ben's a straight up
I am a
Yang
Yang
now.
Mang. Hashtag. I'm a Yang Mang in the Yang Gang.
Okay, please start like
that
from
rhymes,
the
so you
top.
know it's
I
gonna
literally
be- Yeah, please.
don't
gonna
know
take
who
over the
he
world.
is.
I
I
mean,
literally don't know anything
Oh
about
yeah,
him.
okay.
I
Tell us
could
who
not.
it is.
I could not possibly have wished for more. Right. Well, he's an entrepreneur. He worked with the Obama administration. He was
Boring.
like,
What else is on?
He was recognized. Okay, he was recognized by the Obama administration. He wasn't like a cabinet member, but he was like involved with the
He was
administration.
like an advisor, I think.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
know.
he was named like an ambassador, like a technology or an entrepreneurial ambassador or something like that. Something along
Same
those
with
lines.
Elon
That's
Musk
going
was
to be
in a
us
similar
soon. That's going to
capacity,
be
I think.
that's going to be
So
us soon.
well his
Yeah.
well his thing is automation. He's with like Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and other technocrats and saying that like automation is it's replacing the need for work, it's replacing the need for workers, it's taking jobs, and the solution to automation taking jobs is what he calls the freedom dividend, or a universal basic income for American citizens. So this is the meme. If he's president, every American, regardless of how rich or poor you are, will get $1,000 every month. And the way that it's paid for is with something called a value-added tax, which like most countries, including all of the EU, already have a value-added tax, and we don't. And by
'Cause
the
they're cucks.
and by
We aren't.
and by the way, Amazon paid $0 in taxes last year. Amazon made $11 billion and paid nothing in taxes
But do you know why that is?
because they're criminals.
Well, incorrect, Ben, because the
Okay, yeah,
states
I
in
know
which
it's
they're
legal.
hosted
I know
off
it's
of them do
legal,
that.
but that
Okay,
means
guys,
that means that the law. But I know it's legal, but that means the laws are broken.
Okay, guys, but if
okay, fair,
you
fair.
if you start a political debate, I'll start talking about dreams, and I ain't gonna stop.
Okay, well,
Hold on, wait, no, I'm interested.
I solved
interested.
politics on the last episode.
Last
I solved
episode?
all
Oh, God,
economic
that's
debates
Listen.
forever.
I just want to get to the end. I want to
Yeah.
get to the end of it. So the idea is that like automation and stuff it's taking a lot of jobs. It's generating huge amount of wealth for people like Bezos, for example. So those corporations that are benefiting from automation, they'll pay a value-added tax less than what Europe charges for a similar thing, like half of what Europe already imposes. But that will pay for this freedom dividend. So as these technocrats and tech companies are making huge amounts of money, they'll be taxed on their profits derived largely from automation, and it'll be shared with the American people, including workers that are displaced by said animation. And the idea is that automation should make life better for everyone. So as automation is implemented, the need for work decreases because robots are fucking taking on the workload. So everyone, shares in the benefits that automation brings to our lives. And so
wait, hold on one second. So
Yeah.
wait, the only proposed way to pay for this universal basic income is to add more taxes and not to remove anything else?
It's Ben, it's not replacing any current social welfare systems, but people.
Okay.
Shut up. But people that are already getting welfare and stuff, they won't get $1,000 on top of what they're already getting. It'll be you can get the $1,000, or you can get what you're currently getting from welfare systems.
That's true, Ben. But because I just listened to it as well. It's true that he doesn't think this should. I don't believe he thinks that just that is enough to cover the entire. Okay, so he said right. So right now there's 300 million. So that makes the basically, if you just round off the extra people or whatever, the UBI total payment per year would be $3 trillion.
But not really. But
right.
But not actually.
That was.
It's actually more
that's how much money you need.
It's 1.8 trillion would be the cost.
Well, I remember him saying 1.5, so fair enough, and that's because Munchie. What he was saying was that we currently pay about 1.5 trillion is what I heard. Maybe it's less or whatever. In current subsidies for welfare and I don't know food stamps that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that unemployment, all that stuff. So that's fair. And so it's all about you got to make up that. Right. And so as Ben was saying, if you currently get benefits that exceed or equal the $1,000 if this is implemented, then you just keep those.
If you're currently getting $500 a month from benefits, then you can get an extra $500 to make up the difference. The floor is $1,000.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And you can get more if you're currently getting more. Then they'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Is what he said. So
Yes.
the idea is not to fuck anyone over.
It's not as expensive as it seems on the face of it because lots of people are already getting benefits. So the actual cost for it will be about. I heard him quote it's somewhere between. Sometimes he said less than 2. Sometimes he said 1.5. I think it's somewhere around 1.8 trillion to be the total cost. Current American the spending of America per year is 20 trillion. So this is not an outlandish increase, but the difference is going to get made up in this value-added tax is the idea.
Now let me say this, Ben, because I think you'll find me more warm to this idea than people might have expected.
Yeah.
Because UBI has a lot of benefits, and when I really think about, so automation is coming. And the predictors that many people are doing, because Yang seems to be correct about this, that I believe they said by 2030, this number varies a lot, but the kind of jobs that 50% of Americans do will be gone to automation by 2030, which is in 11 years.
He has a list that he goes through. It's truckers, food service workers, retail workers,
just for the sake of people listening,
call
just
center
think about
call center workers. Yeah, these 50% of jobs in America are automatable, and they might just go away anytime.
For people to latch onto, in 29 states in America, being a trucker is the most common job, and those when we have
I can't believe that.
automated
by the way. That's
cars,
insane.
I know it's shocking, isn't that insane? But by the time and when those all get automated away, those people will be out of luck and they'll be out of jobs. And people like to lean into the whole retraining thing.
Yeah.
That is a very low success rate. It has been studied.
It's a low success rate, and people say learn to code. All these truckers are they're just gonna become software programmers. Only 8% of jobs. I'm just quoting a lot of shit that he says in interviews.
Right,
he repeats a lot of these talking points a lot, as any politician has to. It's 8% of the jobs in America are in STEM fields, and so you can't re-educate 92% of Americans to do what 8% of Americans currently have. It's it just doesn't.
And
make
plus,
any
where
sense.
would those jobs even come from?
I mean, you don't
really
gotta learn to code. You can just write it on the back of your hand: up, down, left, right, left, right, start.
Yeah,
it's a little cheat sheet for you.
Yang will give every American 30 extra lives.
I'll find this meme and I'll post it. But there's a good meme of the guy with his girl looking over his shoulder at another girl, and he's with his girl. That's Donald Trump face, and it says "America going to shit." Looking over his shoulder at hot girl with Yang's face that says "America going to shit."
I'm conflicted
plus
about
$1,000.
these memes
Now
comparing Yang with Trump. There's
okay,
really no similarity, or almost none.
actually, so
there's a
the
couple,
issue-
but like they're arbitrary. Like, yeah, they're both entrepreneurs, I guess.
Okay, well, the reason why this is here is how I first heard about Yang.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I first saw him on Joe Rogan, but the Yang meme has been popularized by people on the far right who believed in Donald Trump and currently think that the world is going to shit. Maybe not even on the far right. Whatever. People can speak for themselves. It seems to be a right-wing thing, though. Mm-hmm. And they think that the world is going to shit. Trump has not solve the issue that they hoped would solve, and so
imagine that.
And so they see Yang. Obviously, he's the opposite of Trump in a lot of ways. So it's accelerationism. They want to vote for Yang to just fuck up America, so we can just get this whole
that makes me so
cancer
that
out
makes
of the
me
way.
so mad. By the way, that acceleration,
yeah, it's understandable.
the acceleration,
but it's so funny, Ben. It's so funny. I laugh every time.
Accelerationists are they're
the ultimate black pill.
It's so
fucking.
It's such fucking high school nihilism bullshit.
I mean, we don't need to get into this too much, but that accelerationism was absolutely the motivation of the New Zealand shooter guy. It's that kind of thought process.
Yeah,
that you want to fuck up the world.
That's why it makes me fucking mad.
I'm sorry. Accelerationists? What?
Yeah,
okay.
Accelerationism is the idea that the world is fucked, so we need to fuck it more. We need to fuck it as much as possible and faster to lead to the cataclysm that will just lead to rebuilding everything from the ground up.
Yeah, and so people who the people who are on the right or whatever, they think that the world is drifting hopelessly into a spiral of leftism, whether you believe that or not, whatever. Let's just make that happen really fast because they believe the world will collapse under that, and then they can rebuild, maybe some right-wing conservative or objectivist utopia, whatever.
I want to say one more thing about the UBI. Alaska already does it. Did you hear that?
Yeah, because they've got those oil riches. But you know
citizens in Alaska already get free money from the government for the oil that they're coming. So the idea, it's we're already doing it to a certain extent.
I have a conclusion about this. Okay, and here's what it is. Look, I still unironically think taxation is theft. I just think we should do it anyway. I just think we should do it anyway.
All right, then I guess I agree.
I'm on your side. Okay, here's the thing. I'm on your side when it comes to this automation issue. I see no alternative but to basically do what Yang's proposing.
Yeah.
But the caveats I have are I don't think we should. Okay, I need real facts and logic to show me that the rates that we're talking about now, to have it in 2030 when we're in that world, that makes a lot of sense to do it at that. But we don't live there right now, so we should ease into it. We should ease into it just as it's
people
being
are
eased
already.
out,
I mean, we might do more. We'll probably have to do more in the future. But it's already happening. So why do we not already? We should start correcting for it now.
Okay, well,
because if we do it too late, then that's terrible.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably lean a little bit more into doing it than to not, and just let the people suffer, because I think that could cause serious fucking collapse of.
So this guy.
I mean, imagine if 50% of America had no job.
So this guy is the opposite of Trump, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
sort of.
So
you could
in
argue
a sense,
this is his main
Trump,
issue.
In a sense, Donald Trump is the yin to his yang.
God damn. God damn.
That was good.
Have you seen the meme? This is my. I have mixed feelings about the Trump comparisons, but there's a meme of it's 4 panels, and it's a guy in it's the what's the sad face guy? Or, the one that
Feel guy?
Feel
guy?
Yeah, it's Feel guy, but he's red and his eyes are bulging and he's crying angry tears, and he's got the MAGA hat on, and in 4 panels he just fades into his MAGA hat fades into the YangGang 2020 hat, and he's just smiling gently, and then in the last panel just a little $1,000 bill, just that one cracks me the fuck up. By the way, I made a shirt.
Yeah.
I made a shirt. I'm not selling it because I feel like that would be weird because I didn't make the design, but I took the vaporwave aesthetic Yang symbol and I put it on a purple t-shirt, and I just bought one for myself, and I'm gonna wear that thing everywhere.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, here's the thing though. I have one commentary on this. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Yang's proposal is for displaced workers who will be out of a job due to automation and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's my thought on this. Ben, I think it's fair to say you have a relatively parasitic attitude toward life. I think that's fair to say.
I don't think that's fair to say.
You, Ben, are an
Okay.
able-bodied,
I'm sure Ben would call it
highly
symbiotic.
educated college
Thank you.
graduate with no excuse to not get a job that puts you above what these 50% of people who will be displaced get. There is no excuse
You know what?
for you to not do that.
I'll answer this.
Okay.
I mean, I've had quote unquote real jobs in the past, and I
Just admit you want the $1,000, Ben. Just tell me you want those $1,000
I won't lie, I do want it. But
Uh-huh.
I was anticipating this criticism, and I was thinking about
good,
it as I was
good.
taking a piss before the show, and I thought about it.
Appropriate time.
And I decided that I can honestly say that I think I would support Yang, even if for whatever reason it was like everyone but you gets it. Like, I would still think it's a good thing. Like, I still think it makes sense. I do want the $1,000. I won't lie.
Of course. Of course.
I mean, I mean, I've worked real jobs before, and I hated them. I always felt like it was just a waste of time for the most part. Like, I was spending like most of my time, right, going to this job. At this job, I didn't
Right.
even work anywhere close to the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 is like a fake, made up, arbitrary number that like some weird inherited boomer mentality says that we should all do regardless of whether or not it makes any sense. Nobody works 8 hours a day at their 9 to 5. It doesn't happen. Everyone is like, I mean, think about Dilbert. Everyone relates to Dilbert. Dilbert's all about people pretending to work. You go to your job and you pretend to work for most of your 9 to 5. That's like the experience. That's so common.
I'm
Well,
still surprised you're supporting communism after saying all that.
It's not communism, by the way.
Yeah, this is
capitalism with a floor.
No. I just in regards to your previous statements in the previous podcast.
That was
Never.
sort of a meme. It's not literally communism. But
But Ben, I have a 9 to 5, and
Okay.
while it's true, I
Okay.
don't necessarily. Okay, this is the. We approach this definitely from two perspectives. I lead basically my whole existence. I prioritize. It's my job to get myself through life, and I don't even want to depend on anyone else. Now, with the automation shit, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm not in that position right now, so like I haven't been displaced by a robot, and I mean, okay, this isn't even an argument, but it's like, let's just say this happens. This automation stuff happens, and 50% of all Americans, I suppose it'll probably be mostly men, but I don't know, whatever, will be replaced with robots, and they just we'll give them the freedom dividend or whatever, and they can do that. I worry massively. First of all, that I think a lot of people derive much of their like life purpose and happiness from their gainful employment and like their sense of like feeding their family and being in charge of their life. And it might be inevitable, but I have deep worries that just like there being no place for people, society's just gonna be like fucked.
Well,
like,
I
people
mean,
get depressed and do drugs and
sure, but that's.
I'm
I mean,
very worried.
are you criticizing Yang?
No, that's not an argument
Yang's
against
not
Yang.
doing this. Yang's not replacing the jobs with robots.
I'm aware that this is not a criticism of Yang stuff at all.
Okay.
It's just a general fear about automation. That
Okay,
worries
I
me.
agree. I mean, like a trucker probably derives a lot of his self-identity and his pride in himself from his, his ability to provide for his family and from his sense of, accomplishment and like this is what he does and that's who he
Right.
is. But, automation can make that job obsolete. And I don't think it's right. I don't think it makes sense to be like, well, we should protect that. Because that's being like anti-progress.
I'm not in favor of anti-progress at all. I hate that shit. That's, like I heard Tucker Carlson arguing against like advancing automation to protect jobs.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine anything more asinine.
That's horrible.
It's-
It's
fucked up.
let's not protect. No.
Although, if like let's just say theoretically, what I'm talking about here is true, then like we might literally doom the human race by just continuing the advancement of technology.
It's not going to doom.
Well, just take it to its logical conclusion, where we're all like Wall-E. Literal, like technology just takes care of itself, and we're just
Okay, well, I mean, obviously everyone's fat and gross in Wall-E, so you don't want to be like that. But like,
Of course.
the purpose, like automation replacing the need for workers, that should be a good thing, right? That should make us happy because suddenly
we want Star Trek to happen.
hard,
Obviously.
yeah, exactly. These hard and difficult things that are like dangerous and time consuming and boring and like just labor. They're just labor for humans. And
this is the thing.
we can make those things obsolete. We can liberate people to like have control of their lives and do what they want to do and not be slaves to an economic system that demands that they, I don't know, mine for shit in fucking dangerous conditions.
Look, I hear you, Ben.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm just saying, it's possible that humanity is not properly equipped to handle that lifestyle, and that it will all just fall apart in that situation.
You're not necessarily wrong, but it's coming no matter what.
I agree. Yeah,
I mean,
we'll just have
it
to see how it
depends
goes.
on how fast it goes. Humanity might manage to adapt.
And you know what? Let me just say, like, when it comes, I mean, you're right, Mage. Humanity might manage to adapt, like they did in Star Trek. But frankly, in Star Trek, even like that show was originally made in the 60s and shit, they didn't even know the technology that we have right now that's radically changed how humanity interacts and stuff. So frankly, we can't even use that as a great predictor to begin with. But I mean,
the idea behind Star Trek, where like, you know, technology is sufficiently advanced, scarcity is gone, everyone is provided for, you know, easily. It's not even a challenge, and like just those concerns of it are just gone. We don't have to worry about providing for ourselves. We can worry about like, you know, real shit.
I do like the idea of not having to worry about your own self-worth towards society, like.
It's pretty good, right?
If everyone else is like, you know, like you, and you know, you just sit there and get $1,000, and it's like, it'll definitely reduce the stress caused by like, oh, am I of worth to society? Am I being a letdown? Am I useless?
Well, you know, you guys can. I mean, you probably have some insight on this, all of us here, because you know, for the most part, we're all off the grid workers, at least in one of our jobs. Or you know, as like a YouTuber, online person or whatever. It's like, you know, don't you think sometimes it would be easy to just like kind of lean back and like, let's say that, you know, you just get money and, you know, you could be working on your next YouTube video. You could be working on your comic. You could be working on your commission. But like, you know, now you don't need to.
Well, I mean,
you're going to be fine.
For me.
And so maybe you can just lean back and not go to the gym today. And you can just like watch that new, you know, VR sex doll simulation thing that just got downloaded to the mainframe. And, you know, fuck it.
Well, I mean, for me, right? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I can tell you for a fact that for me personally, just speaking about myself, things would not change at all.
Yeah, same. The reason
you guys say that now, but
hold on, wait. Mage talk, and then I'll go after.
Yeah, I am fortunate enough to be living with my boyfriend, and he takes care of the bills. And what I'm doing is mostly as a hobby, and I'm earning for my own expenses. Like, you know, if I want to buy some shit for myself, I have to earn it. So if I got $1,000, you know, it doesn't gonna change, except I'll be able to buy more shit, I guess.
Okay, but now, let's say he also gets the $1,000, and I mean, okay, the thing about $1,000, it's not enough to like live, baby. It's enough to live. It's enough to like survive. So I imagine a lot of people will try to do things beyond that to like, you know, keep earning above that.
I want to say that like data has been collected and tests have been done, and it seems like the results of tests with programs like this is not that work does not decrease.
I think people would in general feel a lot more motivated to work and give it their all to make money if they had the safety net of
almost
$1,000
for a complete 100% fact that things with him would probably not change either.
We all want to think that, though. We all want to think that.
Listen, I don't want to get into details because his life is his own, and I don't really want to, you know. But like knowing him, things would not change.
But eventually, you know, the robots will do all the jobs.
Well,
and
no,
all
all right.
their jobs.
Nate,
not everyone.
Nate,
after you.
Hippo shit.
Here's my problem with what you're saying.
Hippo, you're recording, right?
Yeah, this little bit I'm recording.
Okay.
You're looking at it from the perspective of like work being something that you have to do to make the money so that you can survive, and if you don't have to work, therefore you will never do anything. But like.
Not anything.
Well, yeah,
we'll become pleasure seekers.
Everybody has a hobby on top of their work. I mean, everybody. Like, whether it be, like, something that doesn't really improve your life too much, like collecting, you know, a certain thing, or whether it's a creative thing, like animating or making music or just fucking around with stuff. Like, I think these things aren't always work, and a lot of people don't do them for profit. You know, a lot of the stuff I do, I don't do it with the expectation of making it big with the stuff I'm doing. I would just like to survive while doing it. So I think if I get the money to survive, the only thing that's going to change with me is that I won't have to worry as much, and I would continue to make the things that I make for the people that enjoy looking at them, and myself.
Hippo, you basically said everything I want to say. I just want to also add upon that UBI doesn't mean that you won't work ever. That humans want to work.
I just
by
think fucking
instinct.
with humans' motivations to do things. I'm
That
just saying we've
doesn't-
never tried it.
No.
We haven't tried it.
Well, actually, we have in a couple cases. There is data.
okay,
there
in
is
a couple
data on
cases.
this. There is
Well,
data.
that working in the traditional sense is not like
Also, Alaska
what
has been doing it for
humans
30
are,
years.
What humans are
Yeah, but Alaska
programmed
sucks, so-
to do
Okay.
on
You gotta
like
pay
a
'em to live
natural level. People have the will and motivation to work. People
Yeah.
like to work, and they
Yeah.
will do it any way they can, whether or not it's literally like
Yo,
the brick and
not
mortar
everybody,
jobs.
guys. Okay, not everybody. We have to think outside of our bubbles, because not everybody in the fucking country, in the world, is a Patreon creator
That
who
doesn't-
is
it's not what we're
fueled by
talking about.
motivation to go
Not what
create
we're
stuff.
talking
Yes, it is. You're talking about
I'm
like
collecting
people-
stamps. That I'm talking about hobbies in general. People are
well,
motivated
but you
to
can't
do things.
necessarily-
People are motivated to mow their lawn.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Like
What's
the
your point?
micro goals exist, and people will work towards those goals. Everyone has goals in their life.
I don't
that are
think-
outside of their work.
I don't see how getting an extra $1,000 every month could possibly lower someone's motivation to do anything. I think people would be more motivated to follow their passions and their dreams and do shit
People-
if they had the
people
safety
are-
net of
maybe.
$1,000 to help them out.
Okay, people are. I mean, this is a Yang statistic. I mean, it's not. He didn't make this up, but this is something he cites all
Yeah.
the time. Like what is it? Like 57 or 70. It's like a big portion of the population. Tons of the population is living paycheck to paycheck. Most people cannot afford a sudden $500 bill. And
Yeah,
they
something
are
like
these
that,
people are trapped. These people have no choice but to do the work they're currently doing, or they will be destroyed. Even if that work is something that is they hate, or it's something that is not contributing to society. This is my thing. Every
Well,
job,
let me-
every
okay.
job I've ever had, I've never gotten the feeling that I'm contributing to society. I've gotten the feeling that I am just lining the pocket of. I'm lining the pocket of someone richer than me for no actual benefit to anyone but that person.
I don't like
And
that framing, but I get your
That,
point.
well,
get
I
your
don't know.
point.
That's how it always
Okay,
seems.
let me-
and
let me-
and
let me
Nate,
even-
I'm gonna go on a
What?
limb, and I think that's what most jobs are.
Okay, I get your point. And let me even bolster your argument even more with personally my favorite argument here, which is similar to yours, but it's that Yang said, I think he was talking to some a correctional officer or police officer who proposed, he said yo my dude Yang, why don't we just straight up pay criminals to stay out of jail? And if we did that, we would save money, and then people wouldn't be in jail.
And we would literally be doing that. Because
okay, that's
yeah.
one argument.
Because
we'd have to
everyone
study
would be
the
getting the money,
motivations
but
of
if you go to
criminals.
jail, you don't get it anymore.
I mean, yeah, I'd be something like that seems reasonable, and I'm totally not against that idea. Because if there's one thing I hate, I realized this just the other day. I am fundamentally opposed to the idea of redemptive justice. Period. I only believe in correctional justice.
You mean just punishing someone out of vengeance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if someone murders someone, I don't think it is moral to just harm them because they harmed. I think the only moral thing to do is to correct their behavior. And if it can't be corrected, then you got to put them away in some way. It's about minimizing
I
harm.
agree that the point of
Anyway,
the justice
that was a
system
tangent.
should be correction and
But people don't think.
rehabilitation.
Imagine if someone killed your son, though.
I know it's
and,
hard. I know it's hard to see that objectively, and I don't blame anyone for wanting murderers to be killed because they're bad.
I mean,
I get it.
Yeah.
do you think
Yeah.
that the guy who shot up that mosque shouldn't have just been shot in the fucking head immediately?
Well, I mean, I think he does.
because
I'd
because
give him
right
the death
now
penalty
he's
for sure.
going to court and
Absolutely.
he's going to go sit comfy in a jail, which is exactly what he wanted, and he's going to sit there happy as a
Well-
pig in shit, basically getting away with it.
That's not true.
And he's not going to feel
that guy's
remorseful.
life is-
He's going to feel proud because he accomplished what he set out to. So, shouldn't he just instead have a
Well,
fucking
dude, no,
bullet put in
I'm
his
for
head?
the death penalty. I'm absolutely for the death penalty for guys like that. Yeah, kill that guy. 100% for it.
I mean,
Please do so.
how does that
Oh.
jive with what you were just saying?
No, Nate did say
Because
if
he-
it can be corrected, take.
But
them
what if
away.
we could? What if we had a team of psychologists evaluate this guy and they came away
Then he
with
should be
this guy's
corrected.
not this guy's not completely insane, and with like, you know, maybe 5 years in a correctional facility and whatever treatment we can give him, this guy could be rehabilitated and made a productive member of society. What if
Okay,
they
you know
did
what?
that?
You're right.
do you
I contradict
think-
myself a little bit there. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, go on.
And I'm
go on.
torn. I'm honestly torn about that. I mean, maybe the
question,
right thing
though.
to do is let that happen if it's possible. I don't know.
If he got rehabilitated, do you not think that the guilt of what he did would weigh him down like severely?
I don't care about him. I'm more concerned
Yeah,
about like he killed so many people. A lot of people hate him. Like if we're talking about
yeah.
you've mentioned in the past, like overall like happiness of like the people, like on a mean scale or
Right.
whatever, general scale, like they would be a lot happier if he was put to death rather than rehabilitated and out in the world living when the people they love didn't have a chance for like a bunch of doctors to come around and fix them because they died and that was it.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
okay,
what,
it
no,
may
I
be
just
the-
want to clarify what I meant. It's not that I am concerned about him and his welfare. I meant like if he did get rehabilitated, and then you know the realization of what he did hits him, he'll probably just go back to being mentally unstable because like that sort of guilt, I would imagine it would break a person.
I mean,
you can't,
so
you
it has
can't
to
get
be-
over
we
that.
have
would
to
be
be willing to
so
accept
it would be
that.
pointless. I think that's my point.
Okay. I get what you're saying, and you're probably right. But I'm positing, what if we could reasonably rehabilitate this person? Should we do it?
Right.
No,
Right.
I'm willing to be a little
yes, I
savage
think, yeah.
right here.
Some people are monsters, you know, like the great American patriot Rorschach once said, men go to jail, dogs get put down.
But
I'm saying, what if we?
I don't
I'm saying,
see the
what
world
if
the same
we?
way he
What
does.
if we could turn this person into a real person again?
Then other people will go and kill him because they hate him so much.
Like, well, I
You-
don't know about
you
you guys.
guys are-
That's their moral failing. That's their moral
It is.
failing
you guys
to
are
do that.
you guys
if
are
he's
straight
been
up
redeemed.
ignoring the premise of my
I-
thought experiment, and it's annoying.
I'm not.
You're
I'm
not. You're not, Nate.
I-
You're the
I-
only.
okay.
You're one of the good ones.
No,
Well, hooray.
I'm not. It's not black and white. Like I get that if somebody like acts in a crime of passion and like murders a person, maybe that guy could be rehabilitated. But I mean, when we're talking about this recent mass killer, I mean, I watched the video. It was really creepy and unsettling and kind of horrifying, and it made me feel really bad. But like the dude gunned down 50 innocent fucking people. Because it was funny.
Okay,
He's a monster.
I mean-
he deserves to be fucking
But
killed.
you're not. You're just not accepting the premise
I'm
where
saying,
he is
I'm saying,
just cured.
imagine a world where we have definitive proof that yes, we can fix this person and he will be fine.
I think
Why would you want to fix him? We already have enough decent, normal people. Why do
Yeah,
we need?
I-
Okay,
that-
okay,
that's
no,
what-
I see what you mean. I see what you
is
mean.
I
that,
think
like-
either Hippo or Munchie said, people will come after him regardless if he's a normal human being. Now,
Then we should stop them
all right,
if he's
right.
been cured because he's
Obviously-
now not a bad
obviously
person.
It's not good to kill people, period. And so
Yeah.
people may be justified in wanting to kill him if say he's rehabilitated perfectly and he's just a good person now. And I suppose like the ideal is that when you go to jail and you serve your time, then that's your time, and when you get out, then you're a free man, and it shouldn't be a problem.
Like,
So
yeah,
I get
why
it.
does-
I
why
guess
does this
I'm
guy-
just like in my head I'm like he's rehabilitated in like a month and then he's back out on the streets. I guess he would be also in jail for like 40 years or something.
even if this guy can be rehabilitated, fucking what's his name, Bobby Fucknuts, I'll call him. If like, why does he deserve the chance to be rehabilitated?
Well, okay.
Because,
look, I
because
just want,
free
I just
will
want,
isn't real is why. And he just has a malfunctioning
I want to
brain.
say I don't think that this is the world we're living in. I think he probably can't be fixed, and this probably is a pointless thought experiment that doesn't reflect reality. But you know, yeah, Nate. I'm kind of with you. I think I'm totally with you, actually.
I think that
Everything is deterministic. This guy is the way he is because this is the environment he was born into, and it made him into the monster that he is. And I think that, like, from just, like, a purely rational, like, theoretical perspective, I think I would say if we could fix him, we should do that.
We could give in to the emotional howling mobs who just want blood, even if he's no longer a threat.
And I think that just from a baseline, everyone deserves the human Right.
I
And if
think-
this guy
You know what?
Also-
Okay, hang on,
Then
hang
though-
on. This
then-
sound. I just want to say this sounds like I'm defending this person.
Yeah,
Let me
I
just
want to
be
make
clear.
it clear
I'm
that
not doing that.
I'm not
okay?
doing. Yeah, I get you. I
Obviously.
get where you're coming from, but I'm
Obviously.
afraid people will interpret that's what we're saying.
I think also
Yeah.
from
I
where
just
I'm
think
coming
that-
from is like
Uh-huh.
it's far more attractive, the idea of prehabilitation, like to make them so that they didn't
sure.
do it in the first place, rather than fixing them afterwards. I feel like fixing them afterwards is even if it's a good thing, it feels like it's a wasted effort because this person already did this horrible thing and these people are dead.
And also, like, there's also
well,
never,
yeah.
like, because he already did a thing, who says he won't do it again, even if he's
But
that's the
But
premise
that's
of
the
it. That's what
yeah,
I'm
the
arguing is
hypothetical
Yeah, but,
what
like-
if
he
we
never
could
does
have
it
a world
again.
where he
But
was
even-
fully rehabilitated and
but
would
even
never do it again.
so, even so,
No, not even so. That's the
Well,
premise.
okay, Mage is arguing just that you can't. That it's impossible.
Well, she's right.
I mean, if you
I'm
want to make that
acknowledging
argument,
she's almost definitely right. But
My-
that's not the
Well,
point.
yeah,
My,
okay.
my
That's not the
position
point.
is that repentance is a privilege of the remorseful. If you're
What if he had
A
remorse?
person
What if
who
we
is not
what if we
remorseful
fixed
doesn't
him and he
deserve-
had genuine remorse?
he doesn't have it now. He killed 50 people.
You know
He
what?
doesn't
Let's just
deserve the chance.
substitute.
He
Can we
doesn't
please
deserve to
just
be
substitute?
rehabilitated.
Forget the mass shooter. Let's substitute with him Timmy, who stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Can he be made to redeem himself? Can he be forgiven for his deeds? He committed a sin. What if we could fix him so he never steals another cookie from this cookie jar?
I mean-
does he deserve another chance?
I mean,
Does
yeah,
this-
if
should we restore his cookie privileges?
I mean,
Indeed,
yeah, if he feels
indeed.
bad about it, yeah. But if he's sitting there in the corner all smug, like, hey, I stole a fucking cookie, you can't do anything about it, then yeah, he never gets
Oh
the
my
cookie again.
Return to the premise,
I'm
goddammit,
saying,
where he's
what
been made
if
to
he
be
was
remorseful.
fixed? What if he was fixed for real?
Okay. I think we've hit the wall.
Right.
We've hit
No,
the wall
I'll-
with
I'll
this.
run
I
with this
understand what you're
premise.
saying, but
I
like,
miss YangGang.
I'm not
I
talking
wanna
about
be
a
in the
cookie
YangGang
thing. I'm
again.
talking about a mass killer.
All right.
He doesn't deserve the chance.
and I'm
to
talking about
rehabilitate
Timmy
him.
in the cookie
If
jar.
if
I
we're gonna
get-
run with
I
this
don't know,
hypothetical, I'll bite, right? The cookie jar,
Okay.
the people,
Yes.
the people, other kids who would have got cookies, they're mad at this guy who's eaten all the cookies, and he's been
Indeed,
perfectly
indeed.
rehabilitated. He's never gonna have another cookie again.
And he's really sorry. He's like, man, I can't believe what a shitbag I was stealing
You know
those
what the
cookies.
problem
Guy,
is?
I've deprived others of their cookies, and it was wrong. And I'm so
Yeah, so, like,
I can never make up for what I've done, but I'll spend the rest of my life trying.
Yeah, so like he's remorseful. He's in the playground. All the other kids still remember. I think like
I know what the problem is. I know what the problem
like
is.
I also wanna say something.
like in the hypothetical situation where he is perfectly redeemed and in the future, like you can only know through hindsight with whether or not he ever
Yeah,
steals
yeah.
a cookie again.
Say we have a future machine or something. I don't know.
But like overall, people are more annoyed. I think if he got like a face change and like a name change and he just like nobody even knew that he was the same guy, then I guess
Yeah.
it'll be a little different.
Yeah.
Whereas like, well, that,
Or, you
that
know,
cookie
get-
guy,
Bam!
he's
I
gone.
did it. That's it. It was all a trick.
Okay,
This
no,
was all a trick to get you to
no,
agree to let
no,
the mass
no.
shooter off, and I did it. I fucked you up.
Ben,
Fuck you.
no,
Everyone quote
Ben.
Hippo.
Damn.
No,
Huh?
Ben, no.
Too smart.
Let me speak. There is a difference, though, in here. Like, in this situation, this hypothetical, it's not equivalent because with the damage he did, it can be sort of, like, repaired with the fact that you just get and buy more cookies. But what, you know, what the
Indeed.
guy did,
Well, I'm-
you'll never get those lives back.
Well, no.
So
What I
it's-
was
the
thinking of
damage
is like
not-
the cookies is the
I
lives of
agree
the
that the
loved
cookie-
ones and the people who loved them, like family members and friends. Those are the kids who are
Right.
annoyed that their cookie got eaten.
Listen, okay, here's the problem. The problem is that the problem actually in this instance, let's say we can perfectly cure this person, so they know we have a future machine, we know they would never do it again. But the problem is everyone else. Because everyone else, we would have to cure them of their emotionality and their irrationality because they just won't accept or believe that this is true. Even if we know it's true, people are too emotional.
Yeah.
So the problem actually lies outside that one person. It's with the rest of us human beings. We
But
have to,
I don't
quote,
care
unquote,
if it's
cure
true.
that.
I don't think that his right to be rehabilitated, this hypothetical person, doesn't have to be a mass killer, but I don't think that a person's
it's
right
just-
to be
you're not doing
rehabilitated
good at that
outweighs the other people's right to live who died.
You're just not doing any good at that point. You're only getting revenges because it makes you feel better. And this person, you know, in this instance, in this metaphor, they've been redeemed and they won't do it again.
I
That's
think
a
if-
lot
I
of
mean,
resources wasted on like rehabilitating that guy,
Maybe.
and then like all the other people who want him dead. It's
Well,
just
now you're
a lot
bringing
of-
in this whole deviation of resources. Let's say we're in the future and there's machines and we've got infinite
Yeah,
resources,
we're-
automation
All right,
happening. We're
well,
in the
at
YangGang
this,
future.
At this point, the hypothetical is so unrealistic that it's sort of It's
No, it's
no.
not.
No,
The,
if
the
you
idea
can
that we have
steer people-
unlimited
okay, no,
resources
Nate,
it was
and we know
unrealistic
that
from
it's
the
like
start.
he's never gonna be like.
I-
In a
I-
perfect
I-
situation, then yes, it is good to rehabilitate someone if everything lines up and it's
We
perfect
got him,
in
Nate.
every way.
We got Hippo on board. We got Hippo
got him.
on
There
board.
you
yeah,
go.
but
Okay.
in reality, it's so much further from that than.
Well, yeah.
I
but
don't
in
think
that
we should.
situation-
I don't think we should
But
actually
Nate-
do this in
But
reality.
Nate, in
yeah.
that situation where everything is perfect and it lines
Yes.
up perfectly, and you can rehabilitate a person with a snap of a button, then this shit
Right.
wouldn't even happen.
Okay, well, hey, that's a fair
But-
point.
but what if
I
it did?
guess,
But what if it
But
did?
just I mean, let's add to the metaphor. What if it did just one time,
And
but
then
we can
it's
still
just
cure
so
him?
stupidly unrealistic. I
Oh,
refuse to
get the fuck
engage.
It's
outta
not a
here.
realistic
Get the fuck
metaphor,
outta here.
goddammit.
Oh, look, okay,
All
I
right.
guess my only point is that, yeah, I think in an ideal world where we could do this, if your goal was to do the best good for
The
the most
maximum
people,
good. Yeah.
then yeah, I think the right thing to do would be, yes, let's hit our rehabilitation button, fix this person, give him a face change, give him a new name, send him out somewhere to be a citizen, no more problems ever happen. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. I don't like it because this person is a monster and deserves retribution.
anymore.
But yeah, true. But retribution does not
I'm not
accomplish
arguing
anything.
from emotion here. I mean, don't underestimate my true black-pilled apathy on all things. I'm not saying
Okay.
that killing him would make me feel better. I'm approaching this from a purely logical Vulcan standpoint, where the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. If you kill one person, maybe you can be rehabilitated. But if you kill two people, then I think that those two people's right to live outweigh your right to be rehabilitated. And it exponentially grows the more people you kill. So if you kill 50 people, then that's...
So you're saying...
Then that's like
so-
50 times
sorry.
zero. The zero is your right to be rehabilitated. 50 times
So you're
zero,
saying-
you go down to zero.
So you kill these people, and then they get you in their chamber, in their rehabilitation chamber, and we're like, this person's fucked up. We should definitely press this button to fix him and make him good and send him out again. And you'd be there in the department, in the, oh god, what do they call them in 1984? The department,
Building.
like the Department of Love, the Department of Plenty. Fuck,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck.
whatever.
There's some. It's not department, but whatever. You're in there in the whatever of love, and you're like, okay, sir or madam president, don't push that button. He does not deserve to have the button pushed.
He deserves the death button push, which is
Push
right
the-
next to
push
it.
the- we
You can
could,
push one
I
or
am
the other.
saying-
we could
I am-
fix
I
him with
am-
this
I
button,
am
but we
saying
shouldn't. We shouldn't fix him.
that
We should kill him.
I'm saying everybody gets one, okay? You get one murder.
One murder.
You can murder one person and you can be rehabilitated. That's a life for a life. If you murder more than one person, then then you're done. You're dead. We kill you.
I see where you're coming from. I see it.
Yeah, I think in a
Numer-
world,
I get it.
numerically,
I think in a
listen,
world
as a
where-
Yang
where-
man, as a Yang man in the Yang Gang, I appreciate numbers, and your numbers are adding up and making sense to me.
And watch out, Jesse, or you'll see his Yang Fang.
Is he a
the
vampire?
Yang fangs.
Sure.
It's like Christian when he said that you'll see my fangs. No, I gotta bear my
Exactly.
fangs. Yeah.
See my
Exactly.
wang.
By the way,
See my. We don't talk about the Yang Wang.
first of all, agree with Ben. Second of all, what do you guys think is more cruel, the death penalty or life in prison? Because this could go either way.
I think death
probably
penalty
life
is
in
cruel.
prison.
I think death penalty is crueler.
I think life in prison.
know.
Is,
if it were me, I would
was-
much prefer a life in prison to the death
If
penalty.
it's-
But that's just me.
If it's
Yeah.
I know
not
weirdos will
solitary
disagree.
I'm
confinement,
just
then-
sitting here reflecting on the flawless, perfect utopia that I just accidentally created in this argument. Because think about this. If you were only allowed to kill one person, then you would only kill the people who really deserve it. You'd only kill someone you really hate.
I guess so.
That's like Dave Chappelle's bullet control argument.
Yeah.
Like what if each bullet cost $10,000?
Yeah.
You would only use them if it
I think that was
really
Chris
mattered.
Rock.
That's right.
Was
that's
that Chris Rock? Oh,
I think it
fuck,
was
I'm
Chris
racist. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Damn it.
God, that's okay. You get one murder and you get one being racist. One,
Okay,
you get-
Ben's
you get
already
one
used
instance
that
of
phrase
racism in
several
life.
times over.
You get one
But you can-
N-word
I'm in
puff.
deep.
Spectrum.
I'm in deep racism debt. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we got a lot done here today.
This is good. We
That's pretty good.
exacerbated
Well,
our... Wait, no, we've
fucking-
excised our demons, not exacerbated them.
Tommy
This
Wang
episode was
sure
like
has a
two
funny name.
conversations.
That's what I learned today.
Hey,
was.
Hey guys, do you
Yeah.
want to change the topic very quickly to something else?
Hell yeah.
Go for it.
Did you know that there are pigs that are fluffy?
No.
Cool.
I knew
No.
that there
Do
are
they
pigs
make
that are
pig?
bristly.
Do they make pig wool?
Whoa!
I don't know, but
look
look at
that
it.
guy.
That's like one of those images
It's
that
like a picture.
combines two things and with an algorithm.
It's just like human beings, both a swine and a sheep.
Hey,
Epic.
Hell yeah.
I have one thing to say. This is
You're
not
gonna
directly.
GCF too much hippo saying that.
I know.
This is
It's
not
true.
directly related to Yang per se, but it's sort of in line with my whole like radical. I guess am I a radical lefty now? I might be. I'm not sure.
Possibly.
But I was rewatching some videos, and there was one that I thought was really great and really thought provoking, and it's by this guy. I found him because I was on the RFCK Twitter, and I just saw a link to this guy called Thought Slime, and I thought that's a cool name, and I followed him on the RFCK. He's like one of the 4 people that the RFCK Twitter follows, just because he has slime in his name.
Indeed,
But he is like a radical anarcho-communist. So he's about as far left as you can get.
I see a video of his called "All Cops Are Bad."
He does have one
sounds balanced.
He does
Okay,
have one
yeah,
called
yeah.
"All Cops Are Bad." He doesn't like the institution of the police, and he thinks it should be like radically restructured. Is the idea?
Okay.
But he's got one video called "Capitalist Entitlement," and and I think that one's really great. And I would encourage anyone to watch it, and let me know what you think in the comments.
Can you give me the general synopsis?
The
just out of
general
curiosity?
synopsis is that people say that like lefties are entitled because they want government benefits, they want and they don't even want to work for it. And his basically his argument is that the way that capitalism allows certain individuals to amass insane wealth on the backs of like a system that they did not build themselves, that was created communally by Americans and by people at large and by workers, but all the the wealth and the talent and stuff, like the benefits of like the people that they should be profiting from themselves get siphoned into the pockets of like the rich oligarchs and technocrats, just based on how capitalism operates as intended. And the idea is that like this is why capitalism is flawed and why it is like an inherently exploitative system. And anyway, I really like that video, and I think it makes a lot of good points in a short time, and I don't want to just directly quote it all. So I don't know.
Sure.
I thought maybe people should check that.
enough.
If you feel like it, check that one out. And I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments, because I am a big fan of all that. Yeah, I just wanted to.
I'll have to think. Okay, you know what? I have to counter that. Go listen to
God.
any video by Rucka Ali. I
Okay.
don't fully agree with all his ideas, but he is the purest objectivist I've ever seen. And he really straight up believes in that stuff. And I am not 100% on his side in all those things, but we overlap in the majority of our ideas. So I don't have a specific video, but I'm just countering this leftist indoctrination that Ben's attempting to do on our
It's not
vulnerable
an
listeners.
indoctrination. I just think that maybe because like a lot of I don't know, because like on YouTube you are way more likely to get recommended like anti-SJW shit. Like you're like YouTube will send you down this fucking
Now,
rabbit.
Ben, I have to stop you
YouTube
there.
will
'Cause
send you down this fucking rabbit hole of like Sargon of Akkad and like Armored Skeptic and all this weird like crypto right wing.
YouTube will send you down whatever passage is related videos to
But
what you have.
okay,
And-
but which one
and
is
Ben,
more
Ben,
like
there is-
which
there
which
is
one
a
happens
study.
to more people? Which
that's a great question,
which
Ben.
rabbit hole do more people get sent
Look,
down by
the
the
answer
YouTube
to
algorithm?
that question is left wing because
know. Is
Tim
that
Pool
true?
just did a video on this. Okay, this was a couple weeks ago, I think, where he summarized, and he is on the left. So this is his team. I know people meme about him being.
I mean,
whatever,
this sounds like
two-center or
one
whatever.
data point and an anecdotal argument that's coming
Well,
out.
okay, he cited a study, and I don't know how comprehensive it was, but the gist of that was, I'm just saying there was some evidence to the contrary. That was a study, and I don't know what video it was, but he references it a couple times. So I'm just saying I've heard points, and this wasn't just him making it up. He was citing a study by I don't even remember who, but it was real, and I saw the chart, and it's out there somewhere. So I just think it's more of an open question.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, I guess my only point, all I'm trying to say is I think that probably our audience, just from what I've observed, probably skews a little bit in the anti-SJW direction. And
You know, I wonder about that. I really do.
I mean, I
don't know.
I don't know it. I don't know it for sure. I guess we do have a lot of...
don't
Because, like,
we
you
do
think
that.
a lot of, like, Digi's audience
don't think
would be,
so?
like, you know, lefty guys? Because Digi dabbles a lot in, like, LGBTQ stuff and...
Does he?
I don't know.
I mean, a
like,
little.
Like, the
Yes.
anime culture, to me, seems more lefty in general.
I'm not
And I think
sure
Digi
about
was just a
that.
source of a lot of viewership, at
I
least
get a
initially,
mix
so.
of both.
I don't know.
Honestly,
I mean-
from time to time because I listen to.
Well, what
all
is it?
these
Every
things.
viewer of ours is transsexual and also gay or something like that?
You mean transgender, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
The
It
preferred
seems to
what's a
me that a
transsexual?
good 90%
I actually don't
of our
know the
audience,
difference, or if there is a
90%
difference
of our
between those
audience
two
is
words.
girls with dicks.
I don't know. But
Indeed.
I don't know. I just want to point this out because Thought Slime is not a huge channel. I think he's only got
Sure.
he's like less than 100K
Oh,
viewers.
he's got less than me? Oh, thank God. I don't have to pay attention to his
And,
argument
I
now.
don't
Thank
know.
God.
I think I don't know. Specifically, the stuff he says in the video called "capitalist entitlement" is not stuff that I've heard repeated a lot around, and I think it's interesting. So that's my recommendation.
Ben,
I
would you
suspect-
willingly
Put it in the
call
show
yourself-
notes.
Okay.
Would you willingly call yourself someone like a leftist, like someone on the left?
I would call myself a leftist. Yeah, I would definitely call myself left-leaning for sure.
Is there anyone that would consider themselves on the right here?
In terms of economics, I definitely am on the right. That's specifically economics, people. I definitely lean left in terms of like social policy. So, just saying.
I'm not sure any of us would call ourselves right-leaning, but I mean, I think maybe some of our audience think we are.
I think
That
that's
would-
very.
I
Because
wouldn't be-
we've
yeah.
said the N-word?
Yeah.
All I know is that I'm
Oh,
real
right,
smart,
right.
and I don't believe in anything.
Because left and right is totally arbitrary. Okay, well, again, you need the 4-quadrant spectrum. You need the 4-point of liberal and authoritarian versus, not leftist and rightist, but,
Conservative,
socialist,
liberal.
I'm definitely in the
and-
flushed quadrant.
Yeah, whatever. So, I mean, I think most of us, if not all, are pretty much very high on the, like, liberal side as opposed to authoritarian.
I mean,
and to me, that's the
Are
most
we?
important one.
I mean, I'm not sure. I genuinely don't know.
I struggle every single day with looking myself in the mirror
know I am.
and not being the perfect centrist god that I know I want to be, and I'll pretend to be, but knowing that I just have that smidge of devil, that smidge of left-wing politics in me, makes me so genuinely upset that I can't fucking grapple with it.
You should embrace
In
it.
for an
You
inch,
should,
in
you should
for a
embrace
mile,
your devil,
Munchie.
Munchie.
No, I shouldn't. It's not fucking right. It's so fucking
It's
disgusting.
not fucking
It's not
right,
right.
it's
It's not right. It's left.
It's so
Lean
fucking
in.
disgusting
Lean in.
to be on the left or on the right. It's fucking like
That's
it's
horrible.
It's
I lit-
morally
I-
abhorrent. It's
I
morally
don't.
abhorrent.
Are you serious? I really
Well,
hate.
Ben,
I
you
really,
know why
really
he's
hate
saying
that
Ben?
attitude.
You know why he's saying that?
No,
which is
I really hate the attitude that you have to be on like the far-flung edges of society.
I
on
didn't
either
say
side.
that. I think centrism is like a non-position a lot of the time.
I hate when people say that. That makes absolutely no fucking
Look,
sense.
look, one should never. Okay, you should never come into life thinking I'm going to be a leftist or I'm going to be on the right. You should obviously think about
guys,
the
the
arguments
fucking-
one by one, and then as a result of those positions on arguments, the rest of the world will conclude in response to them.
I'm not
whether
saying-
they find you on the left or right.
I'm not saying
you know?
you should pick a
I don't think-
side and
I
then
don't think so.
align yourself with whatever that side believes.
I know. I'm just.
And I
clarifying.
understand
I-
how
I
someone could
understand.
have a mix of opinions that brings
Here's why this
some
conversation
things I agree with the
irritates
left and
me,
right.
and here's why it's totally circular and worthless.
Sure.
The term centrist is a fucking straw man. There is no such fucking thing as a centrist. And when people try to shame centrists, oh, centrists are just fence sitters. No, they're not. Nobody is exactly in the middle on everything. Everybody feels
That's
one
true.
way about one thing and another way about another thing, and that's how you should fucking be. You should
Yeah, I
tackle
agree.
problems in your own brain on an individual fucking basis, not according to what your fucking team is.
okay.
I don't think Ben was arguing
I
against
agree.
that.
Okay, but what Munchie is saying is that he wishes he were a centrist, and what is that if not
Well-
picking an alignment and trying to align your values with that?
That's what I'm saying.
well,
I
I
don't
thought that was
believe
Munchie
that
recoiling
centrist
that
from
seems
labels
like
being
exactly
bad.
what you're arguing against.
What I'm saying is okay. I believe what Jesse said, that everyone has opinions. On
I
the
don't
left
think
and on the
anyone
right.
is actually going, I'm gonna be a centrist and I'm gonna be in
Yeah,
the center
well,
of
I
all
don't.
positions.
I think they
saying-
are. What about Boogie? Boogie is
think-
literally that.
Well, I think he's.
It's
trying
just
to
something
fucking
that
have
people say
empathy
to
and
dismiss and denounce
understand-
people who won't be on the extremes. I'm sorry, Munchie, that I talked over you.
When I say I want to be more of a centrist, I mean that I think that I too easily dismiss people of more often than not a right-wing perspective, and I wish that I were not so biased in that way, and I wish that I was able to more accurately engage with them, and I wish that I had more of a balanced perspective in life and in politics. I feel it's too easy for me to just completely align a lot.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. If you feel a way about the issues, how does
That's
it make
not what
sense?
I'm saying. That's not what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Sorry.
I'm saying that I wish that I could. I'm not saying that I want to have different opinions than what I have. I'm saying I want to be able to engage with people who have different opinions in a more balanced way than I currently do, where it's easy for me to dismiss people out of hand.
I mean, you could Well, I mean, you can engage with someone with right-leaning opinions even if you don't share them, right? Or left, or whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
okay,
that's
guys,
not the
that
same thing
point,
as being
and we
a
can all
centrist.
agree that whether you want the acceleration of the degeneracy of the world to happen or you're a communist hack, we are all in the YangGang, and we can all be united on this point, and we can move forward.
I feel conflicted. I think the YangGang is funny, but I also feel weird. Like, am I undermining it by leaning into the meme of it? I wonder.
What? But I mean, all you're doing is saying the word YangGang.
All I'm saying is saying the word YangGang, but other people are out there making memes that are really like, like Yang is the new Trump, and
Ben.
Yang is a
listen
communist,
to this. Listen
and
to
Yang
this.
is
I
this
saw
and
a
that.
tweet from. I hate doing this, but I saw ContraPoints make a tweet that was it was the shooter from the New Zealand thing, and he was doing the OK sign, which we all know has
It's
been
a right-wing
attempted.
dog whistle.
Okay, that's the thing. But just in response to this, the conclusion found by ContraPoints was we got him. All along, everyone who's been doing the OK sign has in fact been a right-wing evil racist monster. And I just thought that seems unreasonable a position to take.
That's a bit of a jump.
So
there.
many people were like, "We're on board. We agree."
Do you mean like
we don't need. I don't think we need to
with
crack.
your
I don't think the right thing to do is crack down on the OK sign.
Right. And look, it's fine if you want to say that, I don't know, if you see a person who seems spouting a lot of right-wing things and they're doing the OK sign, I think it's reasonable to develop a conclusion that looks like this person's leaning into this possibly racist meme and sure enjoying it. But just what do you get from that? I don't think that gives you anything.
Hold on. The OK symbol is like a racist thing? I thought it was like...
someone
it meant
on
okay.
4chan.
I thought it meant okay.
Munch, that's the thing. A lot of people don't even know that it... But yeah, it is kind of a... It's sort of like Pepe, Like Pepe is... Some people use it as like a right-wing dog whistle thing. Like that's what it means.
I'm here
to
taking
some people.
Pepe
But it doesn't
I won't
necessarily
let them.
mean that to everyone.
Wasn't it born as a shitpost in 4chan?
Let me just clarify. The OK symbol, this is a fact. The OK symbol was co-opted. If you make your fingers in a circle with the three whatever fingers up and you hold it upside down, it looks kind of like a W and a P, which they say is white power. This was a made-up thing on 4chan. It's confirmed. They made it up to confuse and fuck people up because everyone uses the OK symbol.
I thought it was just because Trump. I thought it was just because Trump does the OK sign sometimes.
That may have been why they chose that symbol.
It's such a tangled web. The solution is just stop
This is the
caring.
world we're entering.
Stop caring.
Oh,
everybody.
I just want to
a
say,
lot of people have made the OK sign.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
they might
the thing.
They co-opted it, but
that's why it's such a great weapon that so many people do it, and of course they don't know that it's being interpreted this way.
And people that don't know about it might still do the OK sign.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, they're dog whistling, even though they don't mean to. On the other hand, I mean, even if it was a fake made, like people that are in on the meme would do it genuinely, yeah. I know I am right wing. I know we've co-opted this sign. I'm going to do it as legitimately white power.
It's just that you need more evidence than just the OK sign to conclude that.
Well,
shit.
I mean, I think we can conclude that about this shooter guy was definitely in on the meme or whatever.
I mean, true. I mean, he also said subscribe to PewDiePie, and I really think it's
which I did immediately after that.
There you go. Because he's trying, and he said in his manifesto
that was a joke,
that
by
he's
the way.
just trying to fuck up the world.
Yeah.
And so he just did all the things.
And honestly,
I
can just say don't let him win, but that doesn't mean anything. How do we prevent him from winning? The answer is there is no way because they're just fucking up speech and information, and it is worrying, and I am concerned about it.
I'm really annoyed just then when Ben did the funny joke, and then he felt the need to clarify that it was a joke. That he didn't actually subscribe to PewDiePie.
Oh, thank God. Ben would never
subscribe to PewDiePie.
Because the subscribe to PewDiePie meme before that point was one of the nicest things on the internet, and I was really happy
That's
about
why
it.
it's so fucked up with that guy. Look, obviously, the worst thing to do is kill people, obviously. I'm just saying, to see people corrupt information like that,
there's nothing
so
that can be
bad.
done.
Honestly, I might have eventually subscribed to PewDiePie, and now I can't. Now I just can't bring myself to do it. I can't ring that bell.
Ugh. Gotta subscribe to
By
T-Series.
the way,
Gotta do it.
I would like to submit to the court that for some reason I had left a YouTube video playing and I have autoplay on, and I come back after this intense YangGang anarcho-communist mass shooting
this
conversation.
YangGang bang. You're this YangGang bang.
This YangGang bang. I come back to Minecraft Noob versus Pro Skyblock in Minecraft AMV Shorts animation.
Well,
Cool.
that says a lot
Oh
about
god,
you.
they're radicalizing you.
Look at this anime boy Mage just posted doing the OK symbol. We've got another one,
disgusting.
boys. We bagged
Disgusting.
another one.
Hand
I'll
defense
bet
a
he-
good boy, though. He probably didn't even know.
I don't know. He's looking pretty white there. I'm getting a little nervous.
Honestly, I look at this guy and I think this guy's definitely subscribed to PewDiePie. Fucking monster.
Guys, it's so fucked up what happened. Okay, you know what?
me-
Let's just move past this. Let's get some voicemails, guys. We
Please.
gotta go on.
what
Okay,
a shit
but
show.
before we do voicemails, we of course have to check in with our dudes at the Pizza Party Podcast Quest.
Oh yeah.
So just give me 1 sec. We've got a thing here.
Play the jingle. Play the jingle.
I've got. Okay, here it is. We've got a new jingle, people. Let me fucking. Okay, here it is. Okay, sorry. The jingle from, what was it called? Oh, it's called Pizza Party Shit Song Sweater Song.
Okay.
I think is what it is. So, go.
All right, it's time to shit.
Yay!
Time to shit on the Pizza Party podcast. If you want to find this podcast, gotta find the podcast. Payable taxi, where's the podcast? I can't find it on your goddamn channel. Please give me all the links to every episode of the podcast, you stupid cunt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got him. Well done.
Who wrote that? What was the name of
The name on it was just Pizza Party Shit Song Sweater Song.
Okay.
That was, I think
cool.
I'm reading that right.
Thank you.
That's all he
Pizza
said.
Party Shit Song Sweater Song.
Now,
Follow
we
him
do
on
have
Twitter.
one.
You know
we
what?
do have one.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I would like to say something. That this just made me
Don't
realize.
tell me you found the Pizza Party podcast. That can't.
Guys, someone just Momo just DM'd me over WhatsApp, giving me the coordinates to the Pizza Party challenge.
What?
Well, hold on. What I was gonna say is, back in the day, I would like know who the PCP fans are, and this made me realize that like, man, there's a lot of like creative people who listen to the PCP who
Yeah.
put in like voicemails and stuff like that. But I don't fucking know any of them. I don't know a goddamn because I was in the fan chat. You know, I was a fan back in the day.
Yeah.
I knew who everyone's name was and I knew what their fucking deal was. But now, like, literally, who watches the PCP? There's a few people in the Patreon lounge who I hate, and then that's it. Those are the
Give
only
us
people who I know.
names. Give us names.
I could only like avatars. I don't even know their names.
Is there
No, dog.
is there people in the Patreon lounge? Because is that a thing? I haven't been in there in like 2 years.
Yeah, there are
I mean,
people.
there's
I
a
popped
Patreon
in
lounge.
briefly for post about 10 paces and draw, and that was it. That was the last time I was there.
I lurk there, and it just
I'm
makes
there.
me upset.
I'm there.
Because they're all just Nane Digi heads. They're all just Nane Digi.
Oh, God, the lowest of the low.
Alt-right, fucking subscribe to PewDiePie.
If you're a saint head,
Mass
if
killers.
you're a saint head in the PCP patron lounge, make your presence known.
Yeah,
Nate
same.
heads assemble. Nate heads ration.
Nate heads are the that's like saying like white people assemble, like we need to fight back.
Yeah, it's literally the same.
You're all fucking white except Munchie.
Rose,
so you can all go to hell.
Yeah, why don't you hold a Nate heads? Why don't you go hold a Rose Power rally?
Nate heads, why don't you go fucking shoot up a mosque? Remove that from the podcast.
If you're an
Don't do it.
endless
Don't.
friend
Pray,
out
please
there in the
don't.
Patreon lounge, make sure that you support the real shit by downvoting every episode in which we talk about politics at all.
Yeah, I'd appreciate
And
that.
upvoting
as well.
every episode where we talk about video games and shit.
What if we
Video
do
games
both?
are the best ones.
Everyone in the PCP Patreon lounge post Yang memes, but only the good ones, only the nice ones.
There are some black pilled ones out there.
You-
Okay,
you-
well,
you
hey.
know what I think? Maybe we
yeah.
should like take the patron lounge because this is an unprecedented, and a lot of people do this, where we have like
Sure.
the patron section, and then we just release like the Discord, like have a general section for the public.
That's how the podcast one works, and it's pretty great. It works well.
Because
Do we
I-
not have? Do we not have that for the PC? Wait, is the PCP
No, it's
Discord
patron
only
only. It's
patrons?
patron only.
Yeah, it's only
There's no non-patron section.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I mean, there
we
was
can
there
talk
was
about
a
that.
non-patron PCP Discord, and it quickly devolved into shit.
Well, after we made the patron only one, like that changed a lot. Whatever. Like some of the people migrated over, and so it just kind of wheedled out after a long time. Because the most devoted fans were mostly patrons, so they all left that one, and
You know what's kind of a scary thought? That like
What?
Maybe like the PCP audience has like changed to the point where like I wouldn't resonate because like I think about like old PCP fans. I think about Steve. I think about Steel.
I mean, you were in them. You were in that group at the time.
Yeah, me. And like I feel like I resonate with those people a lot to the point where it was like I don't know, like very fast friends. But I feel like maybe like I wouldn't like. What if I don't resonate with the people who are like fans of the PCP now? That's just like a weird, scary thought that I haven't really considered before.
I think it's just that you were friends with them now, and it's changed, so you just don't know, and so you're comparing the good thing that you knew to the unknown thing that might be bad, and
Yeah, I mean that's
doesn't
probably
go
right.
anywhere.
I mean, a lot of your,
let's do that.
A lot of the
make it
people
open.
you were friends with in the you being on the PCP days. I mean, a lot of those people are like pretty, like people know their names now because you talk about them.
That's true. That's
so
true.
I mean, they're kind of a sort of clique within the group, I guess.
Hey guys, it's me, the Pizza Party Podcast.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck?
Let me tell you my opinions on the mass killer and the boss.
Oh God, no,
I've
no!
been waiting. I need
that's
to
right.
know. I need to
A
know.
new voicemail,
Tell me about Mr. Yang Wang. Tell me.
Actually, you know what?
Gladly,
It's
Mr.
great-
Pizza Party, sir.
It's great that you're here because we have one
been looking for
opinion
you.
on you.
What are the
his-
merits of communism versus capitalism? Please enlighten me. I
I've got a
need to
list.
know.
I've got a list here.
Let's hear a question for you. Or, well, maybe not a question, but a comment. It's called, this is from PPP, more like KKK. Let's see what he has to say.
This one goes out to all the gamers out there.
Present.
Pizza, I'm criticizing you while listening to PCP on Friday afternoon. Pizza, whatever did we do to make your podcast so bad? Podcast, where even is it? Where's the podcast?
Good effort.
There you go.
Should have been to make your podcast go away because
Yeah,
you can't
I
find
agree.
it. Yeah. So
Wouldn't it be more
C+.
like to make it appear, because it's, you don't know
it's
where it is?
what did we do? And it's gone now.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, fair.
If it was
fair.
whatever can we do to make your podcast
Whatever have we
stay?
done to? Oh yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, there's your wrap up on the Pizza Party podcast quest.
Question: how many voicemails do we have?
I have a total of
78.
I have 12.
Okay,
and
and we've gotten through 2. All right.
That's
What a-
well, actually, those 2 didn't count. I wasn't counting those.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's get to it. This first one of the actual ones. Oh, good news, Ben. This is from Ben and Nate's father. He's finally, after all those years going out to get cigarettes, he's checking back in.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what he's got for us. Dad, go.
Ben,
Uh-oh.
Nate,
Uh-oh.
this is your father.
Help.
Oops.
Boys, I've tried to be supportive in everything that you've done. I tried to raise you well and love you
That's
the best
not
of
true.
fathers.
Inaccurate.
Nah.
Ben, when you came out of the closet and said that you were gay, well, it was difficult for me, but I still love you nonetheless. Nate, we knew you were gay the minute you came jazzy out of everyone's pussy. It was frankly fabulous, and we weren't thrilled when you came out. Boys, we weren't exactly thrilled when you stated your intention to get married to each other as well. Gay,
Right.
incestuous brother on brother marriage, but you know, we love y'all.
You can't control me
what
anymore,
are you
Dad.
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
We
Yeah.
should be supportive of everything else. But your mother and I recently found this podcast, and it is just awful. It is by far the worst thing that either of you have
Dad.
ever done.
Yeah,
And
he's
I'm
not wrong.
deeply ashamed. So this Christmas, just don't come over.
Nice.
I'll save money on presents.
All right.
I respect that,
Love you.
Dad.
Love you too, Dad.
Love
The ever
you too, Dad. Thanks for
disappointed
being
gold
here.
standard finally calls into the PCP.
Yeah,
Gold
there he is.
Standard. That's deep lore.
Did people even know about Gold Standard?
Do they know about Gold Standard and Angel Food?
They might
know.
if you
Angel
ever
food cakes.
release the
Angel food cake.
TBBAP.
Well, I mean, we'll get into that.
Well, they're not going to be in it anymore because we've been disowned.
That's fair. Yeah, sorry guys.
Gold Standard and Angel Food are out.
Scrubbed from the
all right.
records.
Well, that was heartwarming.
That was nice. Ready to sour your attitude and drawers because we've got the perfect Digibro impersonation. Wait,
Oh, God.
impression. Let's hear it. Go.
Hey, so I don't have anything really insightful to ask. All I want
Clearly.
to do is my Digibro impression. So, yeah, here I go. Anime is a Japanese colloquialism for smoking dank weed.
Get this
bro.
guy fucking out of here.
Hear me do this.
Disconnect. That's all you got.
Yeah.
That's it. You're over. You're over.
That's,
You're pulled.
that was terrible.
Why did you put that in?
Because it's fucking funny as to why. Dude, he said like weed. That's
Oh
like
my
not what you're
fucking
supposed
God.
to say.
Nate, you're fucking fired.
I'm quite happy with the hatred for that man that was immediately arisen from everyone.
Nate, that's cruel.
Well, how was that cruel? That was just fucking funny.
You just
I liked
brought him in to laugh at him and then end his.
I was laughing with him. You guys are laughing
I'm
at
curious.
him.
Does
How
the
are you-
impression
I like dumb voicemails. What do you
does
want
the
from me?
impression get more elaborate, or is it just that basic all the way through?
No. I think he mentions lollies, but like that's basically it. I put that in solely for the anime is a Japanese colloquialism about smoking weed.
Jesus.
Why didn't you just
next
steal
time.
that and
That's not
say
even
it?
his impression.
It made
That's
me
my
laugh.
impression that everybody stole.
Questionable. That was a questionable voicemail inclusion.
Uh-oh. My
Nate.
position is on the ropes. Someone else might have to do the extra unpaid work
gonna-
of finding the voicemails.
we're
Ooh,
gonna
I'm really
fucking-
worried,
we're gonna
guys.
impeach
you
ya.
get 4%. You get 4%, Nate.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
not
I got paid the same amount before and
Yeah,
after I started doing the voicemail.
He didn't get
there
any
was
more
no raise.
administrative fees for the voicemail.
Indeed.
And we
So there you
appreciate
go.
it, you fucking hack.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, let's move on. Next one is from this is from like F1M. I think is the name. Okay, go.
Friendship is
So
magic.
I listened to the Pokemon podcast, and
yeah.
I do not understand how people even took this long to talk about the Pokemon matchup, communism versus capitalism, when capitalism is just better Pokemon. Now, granted, in all the high-level replays of Pokemon battles that you can watch, communism always KOs capitalism, but that's only because communism uses the move self-destruct. In fact, that's what makes communism such a weak Pokemon, because it only knows the attack self-destruct. So even when capitalism is knocked out, communism still dies. On the other hand, capitalism is a great Pokemon with an extremely high attack stat and great bulk. There's only one big problem. Its only attacking move is False Swipe. That means when your opponent sends out a Pokemon mass starvation or widespread poverty, capitalism can only beat out a large part of it, but will never KO them. But that is so much better than communism, which can always kill its opponent but will always kill itself. And as stated by the official rule set of the Pokemon VGC, also known as Locke's theory of economics, if the move explosion or self-destruct leads to a double KO, the move user will be declared the loser. Also, quick message to Jesse. The reason why Anarchy is banned is because it's a Dragon-type Pokemon that only knows the move Outrage. It resists everything, and we all know that the only good Fairy-type Pokemon, Good Virtues of the People, has too low of a base attack stat to fight it, despite the type advantage, leading to this boring-ass meta where the only Pokemon that can beat Anarchy is another Anarchy.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what, man?
I appreciate
That was smart.
That was way too highbrow.
We are clearly.
Yeah.
I think we're living in the brightest timeline right now.
I'm trying to laugh about fucking smoking weed anime, dude.
Yeah,
I love the the meta. You know, the meta is just so rich and so strategic. There's
Get
so
that
many options.
clever
so much
shit
depth.
out of here.
We're dum-dums on this podcast.
Well, okay, I've got good news for you. 'Cause the
I
next-
understood everything, guys.
I'm sure you did.
I
This is
got
good
all
news.
the references.
Shut up, Boomer. Playing Pokemon.
Fuck you, no.
If you wanted dumb, I've got what you need, because the next voicemail is from Riddle My Ass, Batman. Let's get going.
Yeah, please.
Batman, I have every member of the PCP
Jim Carrey?
diamond inches above a tank of penis-eating worms. Answer these riddles 9, or I shall assuredly get away with this crime.
9?
Let's get this
There's
over
so
with.
many.
But riddle,
Don't worry.
very well. Riddle my ass, Batman. Who has a physics degree and drinks Monster Energy? Who steals heavy cream while you dream? who has a key shaped like a toe. Who, Batman, who? Easy, Riddler. The man who vapes. Ben Saint.
Yeah!
Minions,
My
release it.
fucking god.
Thank you, Batman. Thank you so much. Do you have any whipped cream? Here, kid. You saved one member of the PCP so far, Batman, but your reading skills are weak to match.
Do them all.
Ben Saint is saved. A minor victory, if one could call it that. Will Batman's cunning intellect be enough to save the members of the PCP? Tune in next time to find out. Same PCP time, same PCP channel.
Oh my god, I'm in so much suspense. What's going to happen to the
demand
other?
more.
Yeah.
We're all dangling over this dick-eating worm vat, and only Ben has been safe. I guess Mage is actually safe, because what's the worst that could happen in this situation?
Huh,
I don't
yeah.
think, you know.
Well, we all know
low
the mage
tension
also
there,
has a
but-
dick. So
I don't
she's
know
also
anything
in danger.
anymore.
Fair enough.
Well, thank you, Batman. Fuck you, riddle my ass. Don't how dare you deprive me of heavy cream?
That's his legal name. Riddle my ass, Batman.
Riddle my
How is I gonna vote for Yang dangling over a vat of dick-eating worms?
Exactly. Okay, next one from Surf Wax Crastinators. Okay, get you ready, steady, go!
The Procrastinators podcast is rad. Tune
Yeah.
in every Friday, and hopefully Mage doesn't talk about dreams. Give them Patreon.
Hack you.
Got him.
They're the reason people die, cause they're just being cool.
Yeah!
Yeah, way to go,
You
dude.
did the rare
Nice
I
one.
love
I
that
like
about
that.
dreams.
Let's fucking make that the opening.
Yeah,
for the,
new theme.
for the next episode.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's great.
No.
Especially the
Can
mage
we
part.
get a cleaner recording?
Tyranny of the majority. Mage is
Fair.
outvoted.
I will
That
definitely
is-
talk about dreams then.
Oh,
Do it. I'll
You've
fucking
done
do
it.
it.
You've
I don't
riled-
care.
you've riled the mage
I'm
rage.
an accelerationist. I just want to watch the world burn. Let her
Yeah.
talk about dreams.
By trying to keep me down, you guys have given me a power that no one can oppose.
that's true.
The superpowers will just devour each other, and we'll just we'll feast on the scraps.
Okay. Next one. This is from apparently you've forgot to eat your greens.
How many more do we have?
boy.
Question.
What's
Like
that?
6, I
It's the
think.
sound of you forgetting to eat your greens? Get the fuck is that?
Why does that sound like Munchie?
It does sound like Munchie.
Oh, no.
Yay.
Whoa.
You've got to eat your greens.
Does this have lyrics?
You've got to. You've got to eat your greens.
I'll
that
eat my
it?
greens, but I won't
That's
sing.
it.
Thing began. No
Motherfuckers.
talk of God, then we called you. a
Guys,
man.
I've literally been eating my greens this entire duration of this podcast.
Oh yeah, the
Jesse
rabbit
remembered.
food. The
I've been
rabbit
eating
Jesse
this. I've
remembered.
been eating with a fork just this giant plastic bin of lettuce and nothing else. There was like one tomato in it, but mostly just lettuce, and I've just been
Man.
devouring it the whole time.
People come up to me and they're like, Nate, why don't you ever eat salad dressing on your salad? And I'm like, 'cause it's gay, bro. I don't need that extra
do you-
garbage. I just want to chow down
Nate.
on my
Nate.
What? What?
Salad dressing's keto.
Not ranch dressing.
It
I don't-
is.
I
It's
don't
all
think.
fat.
Well, okay, but I'm not on keto, so I'd have to analyze whether or not that's
Keto.
Like keto food isn't just necessarily better all the
Keto.
time.
Wait,
Depends on
wait.
your diet.
Is part of
I don't know.
keto
Yang gang, yang gang, yang gang.
is part of keto eating things that are keto even if you're not hungry?
No, not
well,
really.
it
I
depends
mean,
on how many.
not
it
really.
Depends.
No, actually, a lot
mean,
of
if
people
you're-
fast on keto.
Yeah. Is there any benefit to keto if you're like underweight and you're trying to gain weight, as some people are?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just curious. All right.
I'm
okay,
not sure, but I don't think so.
All right. Next one's a voicemail from Chillin' Chocolate, our old buddy. Get it going. Get it going.
Nate, you prick!
Holy shit!
I took beans to school! A can of beans, like you recommend!
Yeah.
And everyone made fun of me! I told them
Own it.
the bean juice, you know the stuff in the can? It's delicious! It gives texture!
Wait,
and they
no.
thought it was weird! Why didn't you warn me about
He's
this?
just chugging the bean juice.
What are you talking about? I specifically told you have to drain the gunk from the can. You don't eat it in the soup.
That's
You-
pretty
you-
gross.
That is gross.
You've
I think you're gross too
got
and
to
weird, and you
drain
deserve to be ridiculed.
your
Your bean juice. Do not drink your beans.
I'm
You drain it with
imagining
water.
him just scooping out the beans, throwing them away, and just chugging it right out of the can. Just chug that
Look,
juice.
if you like the texture,
with all its nasty
that's your
bean,
problem.
all its nasty collected bean sediment at
And
the
it is
bottom.
a problem.
I can't help you with that, my dude. This is on you. This is on you. Okay, you know what? I was gonna play this one that was this guy called in. His gimmick was it was the PTHWSEP, which is the something like a podcast on someone else's podcast, episode 1. But you know what? It wasn't that funny, so I'm skipping it.
Is it the one about? Didn't you mention a podcast where they review other podcasts? And,
maybe.
people in the comment, on the episode, I was like, I want to hear that, and people in the comments said, "Don't, it's shit."
Well, okay, I don't know if that was this or not. I mentioned because that guy, I respect your effort, but it wasn't that funny, so I'm skipping it. So now you know, you've been addressed.
That's good.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought you would. Okay, so next one is from, Semi-Normie Guy. Semi-Normie Guy. Okay, commence, please. Any day now.
Is it going?
Oh, I spelled play wrong. I spelled pally. I put pally in the thing. I'm so sorry, everyone. Okay, go.
So
There
a
it
lot of
goes.
young people struggling to find a purpose in life join the military because they think it's a good way to contribute to something that's bigger than themselves. I'm 17 now, and I've begun to consider doing the same. It's not that I don't think I can find purpose outside of the military, more that I recognize that it's the most apparent option for me to have the largest net benefit in the world. And because it's hard, and I think it would make me a better person. What are y'all's thoughts, and do you have any advice for me?
Don't.
First of all, he sounds American,
Wait,
right?
some of that. My connection died.
Yeah,
and I missed a little bit of the middle of it.
So did I, but I think I get the gist of it. And my advice is, don't join the military to be part of something, because that's a crock of shit. Join the military to have a comfy, cushy job with benefits and a lot of pay. Particularly get a job in the military that doesn't involve actual shooting and getting killed.
It sounds like he thinks that the military would be good for him personally, which, a lot of people say because, it teaches discipline or whatever, which, could be true.
That's basically
I mean, it's
does.
work. It pays really well and it has tons of benefits and stuff. So everybody join the military. Selfishly, don't do it for anyone else. Don't do it for your country. Fuck your country.
No, don't.
Okay, because that's what he led. He didn't say I'm trying to find a good paying job. He said I'm trying to join something like a movement or whatever. So.
Wait, did he? Because I missed the middle. So did he say just I want to be part of something? So
yeah, that was his gist.
Okay,
that
well
was the gist of...
I don't like. Unless you really passionately believe that American foreign policy is great and you want to personally put your life on the line to enforce it because you believe in it that strongly. I guess in that case, join the military to be part of something. But I
don't love the military particularly. I'm not. I'm very anti-interventionist. But what about someone who they recognize that there's flaws with. You could argue massive flaws. I get it. With the way the American military does stuff. What if you think that I want to make a positive change to some degree in the military? Yes, you have to take orders. But if you're out in the shit, perhaps you can. Make changes from within. Do you think is that reasonable?
Okay, here's
consider?
the thing. I think to do that, you would need to be an officer, and I think without a college education, you have a cap on how high you can rise. So I think if you join the military, they will at some point pay you to go to college and get a degree, which will probably allow you to advance. I think probably if you want to be a high-ranking guy making decisions in the military, your goal should be to go to college and then join the military. And there's different ways to do that, military and otherwise. But just joining the military as a base recruit is probably not the way to do that. You know what this brings to mind though? The lack of community in, America in general, and with the death of religion, nothing has replaced I don't know what you mean by that. There are more. What do you mean? There are more people that are identifying as non-religious. That number is growing, but the number of people that are identifying as devoutly religious evangelical Christians is also growing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But and it's
that's not
and
really
it's
what
fucking
I mean.
Scary, by the way.
Well, I hate religion more than anyone in the world, so I'm totally.
It's not even just that it's religion; it's that it's evangelicals, which are. Am I crazy? Are they scary? I think they're scary.
Well, I find religion pretty terrifying. in
These
general,
are
but
these
yeah,
are the
I mean,
militant
sure.
these are the militant ones that are gaining traction.
Well, okay, sure, that's
We are
fine.
becoming more, just like in politics. We are, as a nation, we're becoming more divided.
Polarizing.
More people are not centrist or not centrist. More people are not moderate Christians. More people are either atheists or fucking the pray the gay away ones.
Okay, fair, and that's an issue that should be addressed. However,
I got
on
the
the
shivers
subject
just
of,
thinking about it.
Fair enough. On the subject, though,
More
of
like
just
pray
more
the
people
gay
being
to
non-religious.
Yeah.
Indeed. In relation to this guy's comment, though, I think the relevant thing to me is that I do feel that, like, as a larger amount of the population gets less religious, even if, whatever, they polarize more and some people get more. Like, I do think that those people, like, there's a strength in a collective belief structure or whatever of, like, Christianity or Judaism or, whatever it is.
Definitely.
And I do, like, this guy is saying he wants to be a part of something. And I think that is a very common thing that a lot of people are lacking. And I do not have an answer. What I personally believe in, I don't think is actually good enough, but it's this, like, Starfleet, like, humanism kind of, I mean, I guess
we have a name for it.
What's that?
It's weird utilitarianism, obviously.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Weird utilitarian. Yeah, I forgot. But, like, the problem with that, I think, is that it's very impersonal, and I don't think human beings get much value out of particularly abstract concepts like that, including me. Like, on a day-to-day, do I feel more fulfilled thinking about that? Not really, because my actions aren't real. Like, if you're in a church group, and you can go, like, hang out with your peeps, and you can go have a personal relationship with God as they lie and say is the thing that you're doing, that probably is very good, and you appreciate that.
Sure.
I don't have a good answer.
But
you
I
just
mean,
gotta form a community somehow.
I think you would agree that church is not the only way to get that sense of community.
But you know what, though? I think it's, like, in practical terms, I don't know what your average, like, non-religious person will replace the thing that is lost.
How
with
about,
that
how about, like, a volunteer organization?
Yeah.
How about competitive gaming, bro?
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
Literally
sounds great. That sounds
gaming.
awesome.
That doesn't sound bad.
A fandom on Tumblr. That was me.
Sure.
You know what it is, though?
Become a furry. Become a furry.
You know what it is, though?
Become a fucking juggalo. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, they have a community.
Tight community.
I don't know, man.
Wait. He wants to be a part of something. Join RFCK.
The PC pyramid scheme?
Join Endless War.
And sign up to the PC pyramid scheme. We'd appreciate that. I don't know. I'd say you got to form a community somehow. Meet people with like-minded ideas in your community. Maybe join clubs in your area. Like, being part of the anime club was actually helpful and good for me in college. And having something like that is just, like, a good thing to do, I think.
So I guess what we're saying is, like, if you want it, if this guy wants to join the military, things that would be good for him, do it. I think we are in agreement that it's not a good idea just because he wants to be a part of something, anything in all caps.
On a practical level, like, if someone's just desperate for meaning in their life and they don't have a solution, I would never say this is, like, a great idea, but, like, if you really need something, I don't know. I mean, they can think of worse ideas. I just don't want to leave him with, like, no answer.
My
no
answer is
advice.
don't do it for that reason alone. Do it if you think it will benefit you in whatever that means. Like, learning discipline. Just the fact that it's a secure job. If you
joining
well
any group just for the practical benefits, that's like being religious because, like, you're scared of hell.
I mean, that's why most people have jobs just for the practical benefits. Right?
I mean, yeah.
Being in the military offers relatively, like, the best pay, most security, most benefits. Maybe it's just pragmatically the best thing to do.
I don't know. Like, brotherhood. I mean, if you're in, like, the Marines, I don't know how the Army's like. I don't know. That probably goes a long way to make you feel like you're part of something. I don't know. I mean,
it's tough. I don't know. It wouldn't be my choice. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, work is work. If you can make money doing something, do it. Make your money and get out.
Yeah,
but he wants to belong to
joining
something.
the military. I mean, that's going to come with you're going to be the product of your circumstances. You're going to I don't know. I'm not trying to shit on veterans. I'm not trying to shit on veterans, but there's a military mindset. Like, people have it changes what you believe. It changes how you see the world. That experience is going to affect who you are. I don't know.
I mean, so
And
is any
you'll have to think
experience.
about like if
I
you
feel
think that,
I feel like military people, they come out like they tend to come out more nationalistic, maybe more right wing. I don't know.
Okay, is that necessarily bad?
I can't claim that it's necessarily
I think
bad.
that's a
It's not my
generalization.
it's not my favorite, but whatever.
Sure.
I
Most
think
of
there's
the
plenty- I think
military
there's-
people I know of.
And that's not
just
everyone, but
generally
I think
really
that's the
nice
trend.
and like responsible people. So like if you're looking for something to make you
Mm-hmm.
a responsible adult, being in the military it seems to work a lot of the time. I haven't ever met a military man or woman
Yeah.
who was like a slob and a lazy piece of shit.
Sure.
Actually, I
I
have
mean,
a
so
small
there's
story
some-
about military. My mom told me, so there was this guy back in Lithuania. He currently lives above my apartment. And before he went to military, he was kind of rude and a bit disrespectful. And he was a bit of a hassle. And he made a lot of noise and was a bit of a slob. But then he went to military, and when he returned, he was like a completely changed person. He was more nicer to my mom, and he took care of
Discipline can
things.
be a valuable thing in
Yeah.
life.
Sure.
He became more responsible.
You know,
and stuff.
I have thought previously about joining the military. I've never seriously entertained, but I have dabbled with like, man, wouldn't that be nice to just go through a process? Might be really hard, might be terrible, but you come out on the end. Like, it just seems to happen that you like if you make it, you're now like organized. You're more like goal oriented. It can give you like some companionship. And again, these are just the practical benefits. I'm not a military guy for sure, but I don't know. So I've kind of thought along the same lines a little bit as this guy. Less about the community, more about just the practical benefits.
There's
in my
nothing
life,
that can
but
possibly be wrong about getting as much money as you can while you're young.
That's fair. That's
Just
fair.
don't be one of those.
Yeah.
Don't become one of those fucking mongoloids who goes and does basic training and then washes out and comes home and struts around town with their fatigues on like they think they're hot shit and everyone should bow down to them when they didn't do shit and they ain't shit and they're never gonna be shit. I don't like that guy.
Agreed,
Jordan.
I don't care. for that.
My friend from high school, Jordan, a specific person I'm talking about. I hate you, you cocksucking piece of shit. I hope you're dead.
Excellent. Okay, let's switch it up and go from discipline to raw pleasure. Because
Yeah.
let's check in with our boy Centerpoint, who's reporting back from he was in Cancun last week and was asking us
Yes.
for advice on what to do, and we all resoundingly told him, fuck some island pussy, my dude. Smash that shit wide open.
I did.
I
I did.
I didn't.
And let's find out. Mage did not. Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Mage was the
but let's see what he had to
conscientious
say.
objector.
Is Cancun an island?
Yeah, it's an island.
I actually don't
think,
know
right?
where it is.
No,
Probably.
Wait, it's in
not.
Mexico,
It's
isn't
not,
it? Shit.
yeah.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Oh, is it in
All
Mexico?
right.
Is it in Mexico?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But he was talking about being on the sea and enjoying the sun. So okay, it's like it's
I was actually
beach
imagining it was
stuff.
in Spain, but whatever.
beach.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was not. Anyway, let's hear Centerpoint. What do you got for us? Go.
Hey guys, I'm back from
Oh, yeah.
Cancun, man, and I gotta say, I fucked myself right on over. Oh god.
no.
All right, so no
no.
whores are involved in this story.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't hear your
Not
advice.
all women
in
are
time.
whores. Centerpoint.
He didn't hear it in
On
time.
Friday
Oh no.
No.
morning,
Oh.
I went out and got myself on a fucking water jetpack, and water
Friday morning,
jetpacks are pretty
Like in
damn
Mario
cool,
Sunshine.
but they're
Whoa,
also
cool.
impossible to control, and I may or may not have crashed directly into the water 3 times. And by the time
Oh,
I heard
fuck.
the podcast
Sounds dope, though.
and this great sage advice that you've given me,
Yeah.
Correct.
I was in pain. Oh, so much pain.
Oh.
So I appreciate the advice. Sorry that I
Next
completely
time.
and totally failed.
Hey man.
Yeah. Whoops.
He didn't let us down.
He on-
you
he
let
on-
God down.
Yeah.
That one.
if only we'd released it sooner.
Well, you know,
Damn it.
this is a great life lesson. Never trust a jetpack.
when he says jetpack, does he mean like a fucking Mario Sunshine ass?
Yeah,
Yeah, they've got
exactly.
water
Like a
jetpacks.
Mario.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, they
they're
have
real,
those.
Ben. They're
It's-
fucking
I've
real.
never heard of that. That's awesome.
There's
Mario
really
Sunshine
I'm
powerful.
gonna go
is
try
real
it now and end up in a hospital bed next to that guy.
No, that's fucking cool. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm fucking jealous. I'm gonna do that shit. That sounds dope as hell.
I mean, I'm very curious about
The
how
whole
these
next
things fucking work.
podcast is going to be live from the hospital after
Live.
we all know we do this.
I love Mario.
Live from Ben Saint's funeral.
Featuring special guest, that guy from that vacation.
Fuck. Well,
Featured special guest Mario.
Center point. That's too bad. And you gotta lead with your cock in life, dude. You gotta lead with it. So prioritize the puss. That's quote me on that. Put that on my grave. Prioritize, not put the pussy on a pedestal, but just prioritize the puss. That's
yeah.
It's about balancing life.
Not similar even.
Okay. Next voicemail.
How many left? How many left?
We have this one and one more.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is the real. This is from the Real PCP Dating Sim. Okay, the real one. Let's get into it.
Hello, procrastinators.
Wait.
This is the Real PCP Dating Sim. Those fake gay people with their infinite resources have not shown results since August. We are taking the mantle. A full game coming March 30th. Made only in 7 days. Check 30th. For updates at the Real PCP Dating Sim at the REAL PCP Dating Sim. Don't confuse us with those Israeli opposing communist people named PCP Dating Sim. Commies.
They left us. They left a second voicemail too, but it was basically the same information. Yeah, I checked this out on Twitter. At PCP Dating is the original, guys. This is at PCP Dating Sim. These are a separate organization who are also making
Didn't he say it was
Sim.
at Real PCP Dating Sim?
Well, I checked. It's at PCP Dating Sim. Is this guy? Is the new one here?
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's real. They're like green instead of pink like the other one. So I guess there's two competing dating sims.
And this one's coming out a day earlier.
2 days, I think. Says March 30th,
2 days?
right?
30
yeah, they
days.
said March 30th. This one's coming out.
Oh,
And
okay.
the other one's
coming
April,
out. Yeah, April
the 1st of April.
They also said this was made in 7 days. Maybe there was a game jam or something that happened. God damn. Well, this is great. Now we get to compare and contrast.
Marcus could always use competition, so I like this.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Incredible. I'm titillated.
I like that when
Indeed.
you go to PCP Dating and you look at the promo image pinned tweet, there's a quote that says, "The PCP Dating Sim is a fake project which isn't actually happening," which is a quote from me, which I still stand by and I don't believe will release on that day.
I mean, we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens on April Fool's Day. I mean, it's a suspicious day to release your game, right?
It
gave me
is.
my doubts, but I talked to Lemon Tart, who's on the project, and he assures me that it is real, despite its questionable launch date.
Indeed. Okay, voicemail from Hard Life. Voicemail from Hard Life is our 12th one. Let's oh shit, hang on. I didn't have this one ready. Okay, going over here, going to the robot. Okay, play now. Hard Life, commence. Bring us home.
Why is my pee-pee hard? Why is my poo-poo hard? But most importantly, why is life so hard?
Oh no! Hard Life!
Don't worry, his skull's so hard, so it didn't hurt.
He's got the hard skull too. Well, thank God for
Nate,
that.
wasn't there one more?
We do have there. Oh wait, there was one more I've just discovered. This is a mystery.
We didn't even answer that question at all. It's just like,
from.
oh
Wait,
he's dead. Lol.
Yeah, I mean, what more is there to say, really?
I mean, he's right.
He's right. He's right.
That's all. He's just right.
That's all there is to say.
Agree on all counts.
We have a secret 13th mail here. I think it's from a snake individual, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna play it. Here we go. I'm getting ready. 1, 2, 3. Commence.
The plan has been set. Thanks to my dank rhymes, you're in for a bad
Them
time,
snakes.
Munchie.
There he is.
Vincent and I have devised the most cruel
Munchie's
and
gonna get
vicious
wrecked.
plan. Even as I record this, I have mobilized my many snake bodies into action.
What's
and we
happening
are ready
right
to
now? Oh my
infiltrate
God!
your facilities, and you will never see it coming. Were you expecting
never saw it
me
coming,
now,
did ya?
Munchie? We will strike
I
when
can't-
you least expect
Oh my God,
it.
wait.
Them
I am
snakes.
here in the
My
flesh.
arch nemesis? Question mark.
You've been surrounded in a pincer attack.
It appears I've caught you with your pants down. I'd like to
This
see
is
you
live.
wriggle your fat way out of this one, Munchie.
Get ready to be real them snakes.
Unbuckle
Get
my
ready to
belt,
be-
them snakes. I thought it was just a metaphor. Them snakes, stop sucking that. You can't do that. Stop it.
Get ready to be in
nail
venom.
slot. Nate
ready to
should
be
work
envenomed.
harder on his snake proofing.
You hold him.
Oh,
I'll punch him.
My urethra isn't snake-proof. I didn't foresee this.
Stab. Get him.
My
I
bladder.
have ascended. Shed my soul. You cannot possibly comprehend my existence. My scale is beyond your comprehension.
Wait,
Oh
wait,
my God.
wait,
Use your plus 10 bonus to grapple checks.
Can you say a real voice line so I can? Wait, are you like a bot?
I am real, and I
Oh
am
my
going
God!
to kill you.
We're killing him. Well, he's Munchie's getting him.
This is just like in New York City at the Nintendo store back in like 2002 when you could go there and Charles Martinet would be behind like a fucking wall and you could talk to Mario and he would say Yahoo and then he'd be like, wait, Mario, are you actually there? And he would say yeah, and then he would say like you're wearing a hat that's red, and then you would piss your pants and die. Them snakes, you got a little bit of a Charles Martinet red hat thing going on right here. Frankly,
You're not
it's
even
scaring
cool.
me.
I can wear
so much
600 pairs of sunglasses and still have eyes to spare.
You know
That's
what?
so
Them
true.
snakes, I think we can get along. Do you want to hang out after this?
No,
Do you wanna-
don't listen.
do
No,
you
don't
wanna-
listen.
And
You're
listen,
weak, Munchie.
today's St. Patrick's Day. I think that we could go to the pub. Listen, I know Ben's gonna try and roleplay that Catholic motherfucker he idolizes so much as St. Patrick. He can try and drive them snakes out of Ireland, and I'm just gonna say right now, I'm a rebellious,
No, I've changed
Republic
my
of
ways.
Ireland man.
I've changed
and
my
I'm
ways.
Just here,
I've
I'm
allied
just
with
here
the
to
snakes.
keep
I'm pro-
union with the
I'm
UK. I'm not gonna
pro-snake.
drive the
I'm
snakes.
pro-snake.
I'm not gonna celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna keep the United Kingdom together. Brexit, we're repealing it.
We need
Second
open snake borders, please. I want snake holes placed under the walls.
Think about it. Ben Saint lurks in a cathedral. Who's the Catholic? None other than the Pope. Who else is a Catholic?
I'm a
Saint
progressive.
Peter. I mean
I'm a
Saint
progressive
Patrick.
Pope of the St. Ben's Cathedral. We've got a progressive snake policy. We got a progressive snake policy. All right, that's my combo attack. Them snakes, we really did some massive damage here today.
There is more damage to be done, for I have written a diss track to be performed live.
Oh my God!
Whoa!
Okay.
I guess we're doing it. I guess we're fucking
I guess
doing
we
it.
are doing it. 100 BPM. Are you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
I don't think
Let's
Munchie's
go.
ready.
Is Them Snakes recording?
Yes.
Okay,
Don't
good.
worry about
We
it.
have, we have
Them
millions
snakes
of
knows
mics.
what's up.
All right.
Millions of tiny headsets.
You're diabolical, diabetic. You have non-diegetic pizza, aesthetic. You're pathetic. You need a medic when your heart stops because your blood clots and you can't stop eating fat slop. I'll boa constrict your dick until it pops off. Get my rocks off and your socks off. I'd walk in your shoes if I had feet. Just can't be beat like I beat my meat, freak.
Damn.
Whoa!
Drop all 10,000 tiny mics.
Oh my God! Incredible.
Did you say that you would walk in my shoes if you had feet? Was that one of the lyrics?
Yes.
Okay, don't analyze it.
So that you would be like me if you were able to do so.
No, he
aka
would
you
just steal
idolize
your
me.
I would be like you, and then I would kill myself.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be savagely owned by a snake collective?
Well, I gotta say, the arc that Them Snakes hates me and is my enemy has been well built up across the show. And I'm glad that we finally have some payoff to this character arc, which I knew was happening.
High five me. High five me, them snakes, with your snake goop hand.
With my many tails.
Yeah.
There it is. All right, thank you, them snakes, for killing
snake,
Munchie.
brother. All right.
Hi, snake.
Hi, snake, and bye, snake.
All right.
All right. Combo
Thanks
attack
for being
over.
here.
Get good. I desummon
Banned.
thee.
Okay.
There he goes. There he goes. Well, everyone, let's just end it on a high note here. Patreon.com/The Pro Crastinators
/them
podcast.
snakes. Oh.
No, don't fool him. Don't do that. $5 for the bonus episodes, people. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of goofy stuff. You're gonna have a good time. There's like 23 or 24 or something of them now. At TP Crastinators, follow us. Follow some of these fucking gaming people at PCP Dating Sim, at PCP Dating. Who the fuck knows? That's not us. We didn't do that, but they're doing it. That might be fun of you to look at. And leave us fucking more voicemails on the Speak Pipe, people. Link in the description. Just have fun with it, you know? Just be cool.
By the way, Them Snakes is canonically the bunch of snakes from my webcomic Bale Jape, which you can read on apsadventures.site. I've been animating during the podcast, and I'm getting it's gonna be done. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a real thing.
Oh, shit. Is it ending? Are you finishing the finale?
I'm animating the finale, and it's I don't know when it'll be done. But
what's like the ETA? Oh, okay.
ETA is like April, the middle of April, maybe.
That's only a month. That's only a month away. How exciting!
Nice.
I'm stoked. I'm fucking stoked.
I gotta catch up. Or should I just wait until the finale and then binge the whole thing?
I mean, maybe.
Kind of tempted to do that. So you gotta finish soon so I can do that.
You know, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a great weight, relatively speaking, is off my shoulders. I've got a couple more that I'm going to be finishing soon. I feel like I really am turning the page, that I've unburdened myself of a lot of problems. I feel good. I feel like I've completed a bunch of projects, and I'm almost done with a bunch more. And that I'm really going to be launching into some new shit and doing good work.
Dude, I gotta say, I feel the exact same way. You know, I finally finished that great Bugbear, 10 Paces and Draw.
Indeed,
and then just like a couple days later, I bang out Nuts the Beginning, which was pretty fun. I feel like I like a little bit before 10 Paces, I posted a new Vapors page for the first time in a while. Yeah, I'm with you.
And you know what? Let me just say, on 10 Paces, I think we all got a little bit of the RadCon bug, or the bite, just a little bit, because I'm not going to overburden myself again the same way that I was with RadCon 3 and stuff. But And you know, more than that, watching RadCon, or rather watching 10 Paces and Draw live, which, like, the structure of that show was absolutely perfect for a premiere. There was an arc, there was a narrative.
Oh, you mean
like,
live as in, like, everyone in the chat for the premiere and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, people
Being
were
there
fucking
was
hyped.
great.
People were fucking hyped.
Dope as shit,
Like every
dude.
round, people were, like, screaming, like, who they were.
They were like, it's gonna be Munchie, it's gonna be Ben, no, Tom Gang,
yeah,
Gang,
yeah,
here we go.
And people went nuts every time there was an elimination.
That was like the perfect show to be doing a premiere.
So good. It was
the best. Yeah. It was such a good time. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling great about a lot of things going on with me and with the PCP and RadCon 4 when? I don't know. One of these days.
I perpetually feel like I don't get to work on the projects that I want to, and I'm bogged down doing stuff I don't want to. And so I've felt like that for half a year now, and I continue to do so.
Yeah.
When you see any light at the end of that tunnel anytime soon?
No.
No? Okay.
I was feeling that way for a long time, like maybe the better part of a year. But I mean, I guess hindsight will tell if it's over or if this is a false light. But I'm trying. You know, I want to capitalize on this feeling now. I feel like I finally have a chance to get back to.
You gotta ride good vibes while you got them.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And I've got my biggest Weagwa ever coming out in 43 minutes, and I'm pretty stoked about that.
Oh my god!
And I've got a video. I've got a big video coming out, and it's gonna be fucking terrible. You guys ever write a thing, and then because you're editing it, you have to listen back to it, and while you're listening back to it and editing it, you realize that you don't agree with yourself at all, and everything you say is fucking stupid, and you're going to rightfully get crucified. And you're going to have to make alt accounts to crucify yourself because you fucking deserve it.
That's justice.
To downvote your own video.
Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned.
I'm looking forward to it.
Opinion.
We gotta protect this from getting into the algorithm.
Were you saying something, Mage?
No.
No?
My life is perpetually like that one terrible joke character from Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, where he gets freed.
Oh, you mean The Hunchback of Notre Dame? You mean Quasimodo?
He gets freed from his I don't even know what you call it. This is like old timey prison where you just like stand in the middle of town with your hands and your head locked inside a bar. Then he gets freed.
The stockades, right?
The stockade.
Or the stocks.
And then he walks a little bit, and then he gets trapped inside of another prison cell after rejoicing that he was free. That's what my life is continuously is like.
Are you like?
I know what you mean.
Are you like Sideshow Bob in Cape Fear, just stepping on rakes over and over again? Just a whole field of rakes. You just keep stepping on them.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, I'm done with the districts thing. Now I can do. Oh wait, I have to edit that show. Okay.
You know, guys, I mean, the reason I'm feeling good is because I've made some hard choices and I've cut certain things. I've come to conclusions about certain things, and it hasn't been easy. I've had to make some hard, basically cuts of things I wanted to do, but I've got to prioritize. Not even just the stuff that I want to do, but that the audience wants to see, that will be good financially.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I don't know. I feel like I've arrived at a pretty good place with what I'm going to be doing next. So
sick.
We'll see.
Fucking sick.
And I guess that's it.
Have we come to the end
I
of this?
think we are, in
This
fact, at
is
the
like a
conclusion.
2.5 hour episode.
Yeah, 2 hour 40. So
Awesome.
something like that.
Awesome.
Oh God.
It was good. It was solid. Good juicy stuff in
Yeah,
there.
guys, we did it. We fooled them. We fooled them. Buy the group piss shirt.
Buy the group piss shirt and show us pictures on Twitter. Tweet at TB Crastinators with a picture of any of these shirts.
Yeah.
We'll fucking retweet you. They're dope as hell.
We've sold I don't know. I want to say a decent number of shirts. And if you got a shirt, fucking show us yourself.
Tweet at us, dog.
Yeah, we'll retweet pictures of people wearing the shirts.
Preferably over your massive jugs. I would just love to see that. That would be the perfect ideal. And if you're a man, please stuff your shirt so I can think it's jugs. Please fool Nate.
Jugs.
That's what I want to see. Your jugs of water that you keep next to your body to keep you.
And let the Pizza Party podcast know that we really want. We're still looking, and we really want to find it. So go
Maybe
tell
one
them.
day.
Ask them where the podcast is.
Just ask.
So
them
we
nicely.
can ally with them
Send the Pizza Party
whatever.
podcast our T-shirts with the question. Where's the
Send them their
podcast?
PO box if they got
Dude,
one.
let's actually send our shirts to them.
That'd be pretty funny. If you pay for it, Ben, I'll do it.
Deal.
Just get those neat bucks from our boy Yang. Bam, distribution done.
If Yang gets elected, I will send the Pizza Party podcast the group piss T-shirts.
There it is, people. Hold him to it. Hold him to it.
Fuck
that goes
yeah.
for perpetuity, Ben.
Perpetuity.
This happens in 2040.
I'll send them a pair of shirts every month.
No, I just meant one. Like, if he gets elected in 2040, you still have to send him a shirt. I'm going to get on your case
All
about
right,
it.
all right.
There you go. Good.
Okay.
You'll have your neat buck, so you should be able to afford
Woo!
it. All right, that's it, people. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have a beautiful day and a wonderful time.
Hello, everyone. Today at sentencing, Cooper asked for mercy, blaming his near murderous actions on the illegal drug PCP.
This drug is not a plaything. It's not a beer. It's not a marijuana cigarette. This is something so mild